Hey everyone, I'm Cosmic and welcome to the cloud. Invite should be set out. Wow, YouTube keeps trying to push like premium on me every single time I open it for some reason. Okay. There we go. Hope you guys are doing good. I have actually not seen this Splatfest announcement. At least I was kind of spoiled for what it is. I know they talk about D&D or something. But I have actually not opened my game since it happened. Hello, Cosmic Cupid. There's a Splatfest. Yeah, Wizards at premium. So yes, I'm definitely Wizard. I think it's the overwhelmingly popular vote, which means we're getting lots of mirror matches most likely next week, but I don't know. I like to stick to my actual choice, so I'm I like Wizards. What would you be in a fantasy world? I'm probably not gonna read all this out loud, but yeah. This makes sense for most of them. I don't know if Ninja makes so much sense for Big Man, but Wizard for Shiver and Knight for Fry feels very fitting. Hello Isaac, hello Anti-Flow. Oh yeah, yeah, Shiver is money and wizard, so it's literally Wizard Money Gang. That's funny. I saw the memes on Twitter. Oh yeah, Bunkers and Krakens, so I guess that's Dungeons and Dragons in Splatoon. This is big lore. Oh. I see. A sword in what? I can't tell how, like, nerdy this is, or if they're talking about, like, if they actually were these things. Dan is watching me from his Switch, did he say that? I closed Discord. I don't... It's literally just because Discord, it, like, flashes orange on the taskbar when you get a message, and that's really distracting to me when I stream. So I literally will send out the invite on Discord and then close Discord so that it doesn't distract me for the rest of the time. So if people say things, I actually normally do not see it. Okay. What's going on here? The night thing, yes. Your what score? Okay, this is like going over my head. I'm actually not enough of a nerd to get all the D&D stuff. I mostly am, but like... Okay. I feel like they had fun writing this dialogue, but I'm... I don't know how much I care. Another very special Halloween. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely... I don't know. I guess I don't have very strong thoughts on... Like, swords are cool. I don't feel like there's any knight, like, media that I've really ever cared about. Like, I feel like normally when, like, video game protags have swords, they aren't really knights. Like, I guess Link technically is in some Zelda games. But yeah, I don't know. Wizard is the way to go. Big Man Amiibo came today, nice. Yeah, I guess, oh, that's cool art. I also was up into some games. Oh, they brought back the Halloween music outside the lobby, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously they would, I kind of forgot about that, honestly. It is cool that we're getting more Seasonal Fest. I forget if I've said this yet, because I don't remember if I've streamed. I think, no, we did talk about it. I forget when they announced the theme. I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the last stream, but yeah, it is very nice that we are getting different themes, because I thought it was just gonna literally be an exact rerun of the existing, Splatoween. So I am excited for it. I mean, it does feel like a new Splatfest, effectively. I don't really know what to play. Well, we'll run with this for now, because that's what I've been doing. I have not been playing a ton of Splatoon lately, to be perfectly honest. I got Mario Party. I got Zelda, and then I got Mario Party. So that's pretty much been the past week what I've been doing in terms of games. You found it on the floor? Wait, you, oh, Superstars, what you, huh? You just discovered a Superstars copy? Wow, Dan. Yeah, I don't. I don't know if I want to play with Dan again after last night. We had a rough rough couple of rounds. There was a point where Dan literally just could not lose. Because even bonus stars would not allow us to catch up to him. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Jamboree is really fun. I might, like, I don't know, it'd be fun to do a Mario Party stream, but I don't know if that would just be, like, me playing with friends, or, like, they have, like, a 20-player mode, or, like, I'm not sure how we could do it. I think we could make, like, an 8-player room, and I could play with viewers, but it's just, like, the Koopathlon mode. It's not really, like, real Mario Party, so I don't know. Maybe I could, like, ask on the Discord if people would be into that, but yeah, I figured I'd just stick with Splatoon for today, because probably most people don't even have Jamboree yet. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. The boards are very good, which I'm happy about. What character did you play? I play Rosalina mostly. I used to just play Mario. I am the guy who just plays Mario in Mario games. Well, actually, I don't really anymore. I used to play Mario in Mario Kart and Mario Party, but I guess Mario Kart, I've pretty much stick to Inkling now, and Mario Party, I've played Rosalina ever since Superstars, so yeah, I don't know. I like Mario Galaxy, that's pretty much my only reasoning. Ooh. This single player is cool. I mean, I don't expect much from a Mario Party story mode. I guess it's nice that there is single player content. Well, it's cool that there are boss fights, actually. I've only done the first, like, venue. I mean, it's just the boards, but they call them venues, I think. But yeah, I've done the first one. But I didn't want to spoil myself. Like, I wanted to play on the boards in an actual multiplayer game before just doing it in single player. And I still have not played the Wiggler one. We did, I think the mall is easily my favorite, the Rainbow Galleria. We did that, and the racetrack, and Western Town, and one other one that I'm blanking on at the moment. But yeah, I definitely say Galleria is my favorite, and so far Western Town is my least favorite. I don't know how bad the board was, or if we just had a bad game on it, but it was a little annoying. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the old games... My whole thing with Mario Party is, like, I just like the old games because of, like, the UI and the sound design more than anything else. Like, obviously the boards, like, you know, I don't like the car in 9 and 10 all that much, and Super... I didn't even own Super, I just played, like, my friend brought their copy over and I played it, and the boards were just terrible. I think Super is probably the worst in the series, which is annoying because it's like the best-selling one. But yeah, for me, I like the charm of the old games in terms of just like the sound design, like genuinely, because it's Mario Party, right? Like the gameplay doesn't need to be that, like, I'm not gonna have that many nitpicks with the gameplay as long as the boards are fun. So Jamboree, I think gameplay-wise, is, like, one of the best in the series. Like, it has tons of cool items, the maps have lots of gimmicks, it's really cool. Literally, the only thing that bothers me is just, I think the UI is kind of lame. And it's better than I thought it would be. I was a little disappointed when I saw the trailers, and it kind of just looked like Superstars, but it is a step up, for sure. There's a bit more going on. But yeah, the game itself is fun, so... Yeah, I mean, I liked Superstars for what it was. I think Superstars... I don't know. I wouldn't really say it's overrated or overhated, like, it was just an okay game, I guess. It was sort of, you know... It would have been better if it had unique boards, obviously, and didn't just remake boards from the old games. I thought the items were... pretty lame. But yeah, Jamboree fixes a lot of the issues, like, the boards are, you know, they're brand new, so they're more exciting. I think the mini-games, overall, I feel like are just higher quality. I know some of them are taken from the older games, but it's less of a focus on, like, the N64 games, which, like, I don't really love the minigames in the N64 ones, if I'm being honest, so I'm I'm very fine with moving away from those. But yeah, I didn't expect to go into a full Mario Party conversation, but yeah. Jamboree is good. I've been enjoying my time with it, and maybe we'll do a stream. I don't know. I have not done as much content like with my friends, so I mean I could bring people in. We'll see. We'll see. Oh. I also did finish Echoes of Wisdom, which like it was okay. It was like a very okay game. Like it was like good, but I don't know. It didn't really. There was no moment in it, I guess, where I was like blown away. Like it was just like a very like standard decent game. Like I don't know. It's weird. I didn't really have expectations going into it. I was kind of iffy about buying it in the first place. I think it's not worth $60. I think if it ever goes on sale, you should get it then and not for $60, but it's pretty good. Oh. Okay. Nice. We played so much Rainmaker on the last stream. I hope the... Oh, okay, the rotation... Wait, did rotation just change during that game? I don't know if that game was only a minute long or if we're about to get new maps. I hope we do. Do do do. Yeah, I think Superstar saves your progress. Trying to think if there's any other like news that happened. I mean, not really too much going on with Splatoon. Obviously, we pretty much just got the Splatfest coming up. Ooh, okay, it's a pretty cool rotation. Dun. I do really want to get more videos out. I feel like I need to come up with like, well, I don't know. I almost feel like it'd be easier at this point to come up with like a smaller scale thing just to get something out. But then I'm just gonna have like another project that I'm working on with, you know, the rest of the stuff going on. All right. I feel like I went from never playing Lumaria to like, now I feel like I've gotten it like a lot recently. Maybe I don't know. I feel like we played it last stream, didn't we? At least a little bit. I guess that was a week ago, so that's not not exactly that frequent. I'm trying to think if I've literally played Splatoon at all since last week. I might not have. Which, you know, is fine. I like me slowing down the rate at which I play this game a little bit is probably for the best anyway. Oh. Oh. Hello, Echoing Grim Reaper. Welcome. That's a Kraken. Oh, okay, well. It's too focused on the Kraken. I did not think about the treasure seeing me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Mario Party is more of like a... I said this on Discord last night, I think, but it's more of an exciting release than I thought it would be. Like, normally I don't really necessarily get hyped for Mario Parties, but, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Hello, Pearl. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Lemuria, I still have mixed feelings about it, because, like, it kind of does feel like a worse Skipper Pavilion in a lot of ways. Like, you know, not just because it's mirrored, but because, like, you know, it really is, like, a similar shape, just with less inkable walls. I mean, the bridge is cool. I think the bridge and the moving platforms, you know, boosted a bit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, just if any of this was inkable, the map would be, like, a lot more fun, I feel like. If you just had, like, a couple more options, or, like, anything at the top. Because, like, you basically have to come down to the bottom part to actually get across to the other side, which, you know, I mean, you shouldn't just have a bridge straight into their spawn, but if you could do something, you know. There are certainly some changes I would make, but it's pretty fun. Okay, well. I'm a little surprised I'm alive. I feel like they could have... Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, there are modes where it makes sense for the map to be more linear, but I don't know. I kind of liked the shortcut you could do in, like, Skipper, where you could go across that, like, the, like, black tarp bridge thing, and you could, like... I think those things are fun. I don't know. I like Rainmaker maps where there's, like, a risky route that gives you a ton of points at once. I always think that's a cool dynamic. That's why I always gas up, Moray Rainmaker in Splatoon 2. I genuinely think that was just, like, an actually really fun map. Like, it's a problem when it isn't risky enough that it's like, you know, if it's too easy to do to the point that you're just gonna do it every time, then yeah. But, I don't know, I felt like Skipper... I remember liking Skipper Rainmaker. I definitely didn't love Skipper either. Like, I remember really not liking it on Clam Blitz and Tower Control. But Zones and Rainmaker, I think it was cool. Nice. I am really excited for, like, the future of Splatoon maps, because, like, you know, as much as I'm still, you know, trying to be like, you know, we're still in Splatoon 3, Splatoon 3 is not over, it's a little early to be talking about Splatoon 4, like, you know, imagining a game where they learn from the mistakes of Splatoon 3's map design is certainly fun to think about. Because literally, if we just have a game that is like this, with Squid Roll and quality of life, but also good maps, it will just be the best Splatoon game, pretty much, by default. So, certainly looking forward to it. Why do I always spin? I'm not amazing at using Tri-Strike. I don't really have a good answer, to be honest. Like, the answer is I don't really know what I'm doing with the special. I mean, I'm just trying to place them, like... That's not even really a thing I've, like, been conscious of. I don't know. I think I just tend to pop the special before thinking about where I'm actually going to put it. So then I'm just looking around for a good spot, which is, you know, probably on me. Your spacebar is cooked? Yeah, I managed to read it, but... did take a little bit of deciphering. Your R-Bun is on life support? I mean, that's bad for a lot of things in Splatoon. You kind of need the right bumper, but... Okay, crab leg. I wish it wasn't zones. Like, if it was these maps in, like... Not zones. I'd like this rotation a bit more, but I do like crab leg. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I always underestimate splatling range. Like, that's a thing I've done literally since Splatoon 1. Like, I don't know why. I never think of them as, like, something as threatening as a charger. Oh, nice. Okay. Good cancel. Oh, okay. I got a few shots on them. I was definitely not close enough to cancel, but I was hoping maybe they'd get finished off. Just said to me, I don't think it. I don't think they're looking at my head when I'm throwing strikes. Don't know how much you could really juke them out just like looking somewhere. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. It's annoying because I never want to, like, I like being, I've said this a few times, like, I like being intrinsically motivated. Like, I just want to play the weapon that I want to play, but there is a part of me that, like, whenever I'm playing vanilla Splattershot, I'm like, oh, but I could be playing Tenatech and getting it to 5-star. So, like, low-key, a lot of the reason I started playing this weapon is just because of that. It's like, it's just another thing to, quote-unquote, like, complete in the game, that I haven't done yet. So, I mean, I definitely still prefer vanilla Splattershot kit over this one. But, you know, I mean, I have literally 15-starred that one, so part of it is just getting a little bit of variety, even though it's literally the same main weapon. How is this guy alive? Why am I... Okay, come on. I know he's just gonna... Oh, he's right there. That was a horrible interaction. I'm a bit out of practice, I think, in terms of most Splatoon stuff. Oh, come on. I should not have jumped there. I kind of want to play Splatana now, actually, but Zones is not a good mode for it. Oh my god. This is not where I want to be. Yep. I mean, I did not consciously spin in a circle. I don't even know exactly what you're referring to. I think my brain just kind of turns off when I use Tri-Strike. I'm not being very tactical. I'm like, I have big explosion, throw at enemy. That is all that is going through my head. Friend want to run up plate. Okay. Aerospray is like a very bad weapon. So I don't know why your friend thinks it's scummy. I mean, unless it's like gold Aerospray spamming Booyah bombs. But even that is not like meta, that's just like annoying. So I don't really know. That is an interesting take. Oh god. Wow. That reach. I mean, not really. Stamper is not... I mean, Stamper's paint is okay for what it is, but... I might just play it. I might just play it because I want to play it. I don't know, you talked me into it. I don't think it's great for zones, but I'll give it a shot. I really want to get back into using it, because it is a very fun weapon, and I completely fell off of it, and now every time I play it, I'm like out of practice, so then I do bad, so then I get demotivated, but it's like, you know, never gonna get good at it if I don't play it again. Alright. Ba-da-bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-bum. I don't even know, this build is like... fine. It's probably not the best thing in the world for this weapon anyway, but we'll make it work. Why did the music change? Yeah, I mean, if it's Turf War, I don't know. if I'm in like Splatfest and I'm fighting 3 gold arrow sprays with special charge up, I'm like, oh no, they're spamming Booyah Bombs, but it's not like, I don't know. I would not consider it scummy because the main weapon is kind of completely garbage at fighting. So, if you know how to approach an arrow spray, you should be able to counter it. Yeah, Wiper's a little bit better. I mean, like, it does paint pretty consistently. I know they nerfed this. Oh, okay, well. It's just the speed. I mean, it's obviously worse at painting than, like, a shooter. Ugh. Okay. And we have 2. That is not good. That is definitely not good. 1 Stamper might be okay for zones. 2... I do not have much faith that we will do well in this game based on the comps, but we'll see. That was not close enough. Okay, okay. Well. Yeah, like that's still a problem where I just get overwhelmed with Splatana, and it's like, if I'm not fighting with a teammate, I don't really know. I'm like not good enough at the game to handle taking people out on my own. I just need to like relearn like the rhythm. Oh my god. I mean, Spika, you could try, like, NZAP, maybe. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't just want to tell people to play, like, meta weapons, but NZAP is a weapon that is made to paint a lot and get tacticoolers for its teammates, and that actually ends up being very helpful in, like, higher level play. Like, there are good weapons that are built around painting, they just aren't Aerospray, because Aerospray is all painting and nothing else, and you need a bit more balance normally. That was nice, at least. Oh my god, that bomb. Really? Oh, that was Dread. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought it was a normal slosher. I'm like, I felt like there was a second slosh that hit me, and that's because there was. Yeah, I mean, if you have decent awareness, like, I don't know, I don't want to, like, be rude to people who like playing Aerospray, but it's just objectively one of the worst weapons at fighting in the game because it has terrible accuracy and terrible damage and pretty bad range. So, like, if you're aware of where an Aerospray is before it's aware of you, you should pretty much always be able to kill it. With most weapons in the game. I mean, if you're like a Sploosh, and you also have to get really close, then, you know, maybe it's a different story, but even then, Sploosh kills way faster. So... yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Oh god. Nice. Yeah. I feel like sloshers, I don't know, it's like harder to read slosher projectiles. I mean, okay, that was just me being bad at the game, but I do feel like lots of times with sloshers, I feel like I know what their range is and where they're gonna hit me, and then they just kill me anyway. I did like, how bad did I do that game anyway? Okay, well not, not amazing, but not like totally awful. Oh, I should not, wait, no. I do not want 2 Stampers. I need a better team comp if this is gonna happen. Yeah, Junior. Yeah, like there's just better support weapons. Like, I mean, Nova, even Nova, I've seen some people figure out how to kind of use. Like, I don't know, there's like a weird niche strategy of using like opening Gambit Nova. I don't know if that's actually good. But at least Nova can, like, you know, mark opponents for your teammates and stuff. Like, Aerospray just doesn't, like, it just only has paint. Like, it doesn't have anything else that it does. So, I mean, I just don't like using it personally. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna tell. And in Turf War, it's probably decent. Anytime I'm talking about how good a weapon is, I'm not talking about Turf War. So, if that's what you're playing, disregard anything I say. But, yeah, in the ranked modes, I mean, there's just basically never any reason to use Aerospray, because there are weapons that paint and also do other things. I'm just not much of a support player in general, though. I don't know. It's not what I typically lean towards in any game. I like being able to kill things. Yeah, I'd say NZAP. If you want to just be a support player that's running around painting for special, NZAP is probably the best option in terms of meta. I used to play a ton of NZAP in Splatoon 2. I can play Stamper when people jump directly into my sword. That I can handle. Wait, paint. It is awkward to paint this zone specifically with Stamper, I feel like, because of the slope. I need to get in the habit, again, of just doing a vertical straight into a horizontal. Because you can get, like, a really quick kill if you do that, but you have to, like, you know, you have to know both shots are gonna hit. And I'm never confident enough. We have not kept the zone at all. Oh my god. Okay. Ah, I should have just... I don't know, I tried to do like a Zipcaster kill. I should have just done the third horizontal there. Please, kept zone. Okay. We're doing okay, but my team is not painting the zone. Alright, that works. Nice! Okay, I'll take the trade, that's fine. Getting a little bit better. Getting a little bit back into it. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it originally came from Captain Astronaut, but yes, I do remember him mentioning it. Oh, no. Okay. That was just me being bad. There was no excuse for that, I just missed. Come on. My team is really not painting the zone. They're doing other things. I'm not gonna blame every problem on them, but they are not painting the zone. Okay, they painted the other one. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Nope, I couldn't get out of there. Oh my god, I got one kill and I panicked. Cool. I mean, support is still, it still takes, like, skill to play support. It's just, like, different. I feel like it's more just about, like, knowing, like, timing. You know, like, knowing when to use your special to actually effectively help your team and like push in and stuff. I don't know. I feel like I don't like support because of the brain power it requires sometimes. Like, I just like to hop on a video game and run at people and try to kill them. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-bum. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum. I like this as a lobby song. I don't know. A lot of Splatoon 2 music I feel like isn't high energy enough for battles for my personal taste. But this works as an in-between song. This is the only game where I wasn't into... I don't know why I liked NZAP so much, because I think it was actually pretty bad in Splatoon 1, just because it had a slower, like, time to kill than pretty much everything else that was being used. But I was just extremely casual in Splatoon 1. I didn't really know what I was doing, and just playing for fun, obviously, so... For some reason, I really liked Orange NZAP in Splatoon 1, and then I played Gray NZAP in Splatoon 2, and then... I don't know, something about it in this game. I think I just got tired of playing... I didn't like, because, I mean, Splatoon 2's NZAP was a support weapon. Like, it just got armor, and I never wanted it to have armor. Like, I just liked the main gun and wanted it to have a different special. And then I think in Splatoon 3, I just finally accepted that NZAP was meant to be a support weapon and was never going to get... I mean, it got Kraken in Splatoon 1, but that was kind of weird. So, they didn't do that again. And I accepted that it was not going to get specials I found fun, so I think I just switched to other things. That's a hammer. Hello, Goofy Pumpkin. Yeah, armor, I mean... I didn't have strong feelings about armor for most of Splatoon 2, but by the end, everyone kind of just agreed that, like, it sucked. Not even more to fight against than to use, but even using it was pretty boring. Because, like, with Tacticooler, people tend to say, I mean, by people, I largely mean Protara, but people seem to agree with Protara on this. It's a more interesting design because you don't just, like, armor, you just pressed the right stick and everyone on your team got armor. There was no, like, execution, there's no mechanical skill there, there's no player expression, it's literally just you press the button and everyone gets armor. Whereas with Cooler, it's not that much more complicated, but the fact that you have to choose where to throw it, and then all your teammates have to get close to it to actually get the effect, actually impacts how people play the game, and you can be, strategic with it, your opponents can take advantage of it. Armor's is kind of really boring in design, because there's not really any way to interact with it. Cool. All armor really did in terms of changing the way people play is just not letting them play blasters, because it made them really bad. Wow, that was just a random stray hit. And then I got hit by a random stray hit. Okay, I guess that's how it goes. Oh, hey, Powie. The crown thing is like a series win streak. So it's like, it's just how many series they've won in a row. Oh god. My stick drift is doing the thing. Yeah, they added that like a while back, but it is pretty cool. I've never had a very good streak myself, so I've not exactly been able to show off with it, but it's mostly just an indicator of me right before I get my ass kicked when I see like 3 people with silvers. Okay, what? Okay, really? I mean, like, I'm not gonna be mad about that kill, but that was just a weird angle. Also, we're not winning unless we get the zone right now. Unless we get the zone right now. And that's a splashdown, but we did get it. Okay. No, I just stream on YouTube. I've wanted to set up multi-streaming. I've kind of just been too lazy to for a long time. I tried it once and it, like, totally, like, destroyed the stream. and I didn't know how to fix it, and then I didn't try again. But yeah, I just stream on YouTube. Maybe someday I'll figure it out how to do on both at the same time. Oh, really? What? Okay, he just arc shot me, I guess. I didn't even see that. The thing with Twitch, too, is, like, I like Twitch a lot less as a platform, than I used to because of the ads, mostly. Like, Twitch has a lot of stuff that is better for streaming. The main feature I miss is raids. Raids and custom emotes. And I guess subs. I mean, I got more money from Twitch. My streams aren't even monetized on YouTube, outside of, like, people donating. Because, well, I don't know why. I just don't have them monetized. Whereas with Twitch, like, I don't know, I don't want to turn on members on YouTube because I don't have anything to give members. Like, I don't really want to, like, do, like, you know, letting them see videos early or whatever, because, like, when I finish a video, I just want to publish the video. Like, I don't really have any behind-the-scenes content or anything that I could offer members, so I would feel bad, like, you know, having people join as a member. At least on Twitch, you can justify it as, like, oh, they're paying to use the emotes, right? And, like, getting the badge or whatever. I don't know, there's just, like, kind of built-in rewards on Twitch. I'm 3 points away, wow. But yeah, I don't know, there's benefits to Twitch, but my audience is on YouTube, so nothing about Twitch can outweigh the fact that more people are going to watch me when I stream on YouTube. And have, you know, I didn't have an actual, well, I had a bit of a chat to talk to on Twitch. After a while, at least, but yeah. I immediately had way more people watching me when I was on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, Spika, like, it is still a more passive role, so if you don't have the mechanical skill to aim at people really fast, it does make sense. I feel like I've been pretty far with 5-star Stamper for a while now, but I never play it that much whenever I play it, to the point that I actually make significant progress. I mean, I'm over halfway between 4 and 5, I know that much. Hello, Zeknova, hello, Spitfire. Well, you do have a badge. YouTube emotes are weird, because I never see people using them. Like, I don't know, I feel like with Twitch emotes, it's like someone gets Twitch emotes and then the whole chat becomes like that person's, you know, sub emotes. And I don't know if just less people become members than people subbing on Twitch or something, but like, people never use them. So I'm not even like, I thought it was like, I know they have like a weird thing where it can like, you can have a little icon that appears up in the comments of people's videos, which is also like, I don't really want that. I don't know, it's weird. It's just a lot less intuitive with YouTube in general. Like, even calling them members is just kind of weird. And like, you can also gift memberships, but you can't select a person to gift them to, it's always just random. Like, there's lots of stuff about YouTube that's just like directly worse than Twitch. But also, well, I was gonna say some things that are better. For me, it's literally just better because more people watch me, and I have a chat to talk to. Like, definitely Twitch is the superior. Well, okay, the ads. YouTube has less of a problem with ads. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to multi-stream. I've just literally been too lazy to figure it out, and it's never seemed worth it, I guess, because like you know, people know me from my YouTube videos. People watch me more on YouTube. It's like, I feel like I'm gonna stream to Twitch to like 2 people, and it will just not really benefit the stream in any significant way. So, I mean, maybe that's wrong, but that's been my experience, so. That was a decent Zipcaster, and then I died, and then it was a slightly worse Zipcaster. Closet badge next to my name, so epic. I mean, if that's all it would take for people to become members, I could consider it, but I don't know. If you're on Team Wizard, you gotta pull an ink brush. Maybe I will for the actual Splatfest. I'm trying to push Stamper right now. Not push it. I'm not trying to like grind X rank or anything. I'm just playing series, but I would like to get slightly better with Stamper is what I'm saying. What's my favorite gun? Probably just I'd say tied between Vanilla Splattershot and 96 Deco. I do really like 96 Deco. Ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, I mean, YouTube was just like, it was just night and day. I mean, it's just hard to stream. Like, the thing with streaming that's hard with being a small streamer is it's so much easier to be entertaining when you have a chat to talk to. So, like, you have to stream to, like, one viewer and eventually get enough people to think you're interesting enough, not even having a chat to talk to then have a chat to talk to. So, like, you know, I don't, just, like, streaming flows so much easier when people, like, you know people are watching, you're getting the constant feedback of chat appearing. But, like, when you're starting out, like, I mean, I still thought streaming on Twitch was fun enough to do it for a while, but it was just immediately so much more enjoyable for me when I switched to YouTube. And I think it also became more entertaining because I'm actually having a back and forth with other people rather than just, you know, playing a game and saying what I'm doing in the game. Yeah, I mean, that's what's nice about YouTube is, like, you know, it's so much easier to grow on YouTube than it is to, like, you can't just start streaming on Twitch. Like, maybe, like, the first few people did that, and that's why they became massive, but, like, if you just start streaming a popular game on Twitch, like, there's just no way for people to find you, because Twitch, like, doesn't really have a recommended, you know, algorithm the way YouTube does. Like, it has, like, the front page, and then, like, you can search by game, but it's, you know, you really have to go out of your way to try and find small streamers. Whereas with YouTube, it actively promotes you when you're small to try and make you get bigger. And, like, you know, a video is something that is inherently gonna probably be more interesting to people than any random live stream, because, you know what you're getting into. You have a thumbnail and a title, and you can fast forward. Whereas a stream, like, you're not just gonna sit there for an hour and watch some stranger play some game unless, you think it's gonna be entertaining. So... oh my god. But yeah, so, I mean, that's why so many people will make stream highlights and stuff. Even if they mostly want to do streaming, and even if they want to just be on Twitch, you kind of have to use other platforms to grow yourself on Twitch. If you could choose any zones map and change it from a 1-zone to 2-zone map, or vice versa, I mean, Scorch Gorge absolutely should be a 2-zone map. Eeltail Alley should absolutely be a 2-zone map. I feel like Eeltail's more savable. I think Scorch is kind of a really bad map in general, and is difficult to recover. I think Eeltail... I actually like Eeltail on some modes, and I think it sucks on zones, and I think it would be a lot better as 2 zones, so... I guess that would be my pick for that one. I don't know if there's any 2 zones I would merge into 1. I kind of tend to prefer 2-zone maps, honestly. Okay, nice. Whoa, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's just another reason to not want to use Twitch, too. It's like, I don't want to have to... I mean, obviously my main thing isn't streaming. At least, in my mind, my main thing isn't streaming. I guess I've been doing it pretty consistently, but, you know, I do it once a week, which is not, like... I mean, I'm not a full-time content creator in general, but I personally value my videos much more than my streams. I think that is where my strengths, you know, truly show. But... yeah, I would definitely not want to be a full-time streamer ever. Like, that's just not all the other work you have to put in just to get people to show up, and then oh my god, oh, it was one hit away. Little Buddy is the favorite granddaughter, yeah. Well, If you want a lore accurate answer, I forgot, I saw that question. Someone asked who is Cuttlefish's favorite granddaughter. Cuttlefish did go to Callie first to recruit her as an agent, and then Callie recruited Marie. That's why Callie's Agent 1 and she's Agent 2. So, the closest answer we have to canon is actually Callie. I mean, I don't know if that means he's her favorite granddaughter, but at least the one he went to first in a time of need. Come on. Cool. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh. Oh, no, I thought that would kill. What? Oh, that must have been a horizontal. I always do this thing where I don't charge the vertical slash for long enough. Yeah, I wonder if we're ever gonna learn about their parents. I mean, Cuttlefish was like a war veteran, so like, I don't know. He has reasons to be thinking about the Octarians, but they do paint him as kind of like this like old man conspiracy theorist guy. I guess the parents just do not get involved. Oh, come on. Was that Paintbrush? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait. No, we're not gonna win because they're gonna cap the... Oh, wait, hang on. Penalty. We have a chance. We have bomb. Nice. Wait, what? Oh, we won. I think? Yeah, they just ran out of time. Okay. I'm surprised we managed to hold that zone. I didn't really feel like we were... I guess we were just holding ours. Okay. The team kind of carried there. I'm not even sure how that happened, but I'll take it. I need some water. Yeah, Callie recruited Marie. I think it's in one of the, like, Octo Canyon post-game dialogues they bring that up. And maybe the developers mentioned it once. But yeah, I mean, I imagine Cuttlefish was like, hey, you should get your cousin in on this. Like, I imagine he pushed her to recruit Marie, but yeah, it was supposedly Callie who did reach out to her. Why did you choose wizards? I just think they're cool. I don't have a great argument for it. They just seem cooler. I mean, I liked Harry Potter a lot growing up, so I guess I'm generally attached to wizards as a concept more than the other things. Alright, I feel like Crab Leg... I don't know, actually. I don't know what the better map would be for Stamper here. What's about all the Hydras? I feel like there's been a lot of Hydras in this rotation. I mean, I guess on this map it is pretty good. I guess on both it is pretty solid. I don't know. I do remember the Heavy Edit came out with the Crab Leg update, and like every single person was playing Heavy Edit on this map, and it was really annoying because it was really good. So it might just be a good spot for Spotlings. Thank you. I could not kill that guy. Dude, I'm running like ink efficiency stuff, and I'm still running out so fast. Okay, so I can melee that guy, but that works too. I still miss Stamper before the nerfs, dude. I don't know. I feel like it's the most, like... Normally I don't feel like nerfs I mean, the weapons I play just don't tend to get nerfed very hard in Splatoon, but like, I feel like it's the most I've ever felt like pre-patch versus post-patch change to a weapon. I still feel like Stamper feels so much worse to me than, because it got nerfed like 3 different times. It really does make it harder to get back into it for me. Oh god. There you go. Hello, Cheesy. There's a chance this weapon is just not the move right now. Man. We can check out what the other rotations are. maybe I could stick with Stamper and just change the mode we're playing. Do. Oh yeah, so another thing, I'm not much of a Sonic fan, but I'm considering getting the Generations, like Sonic Shadow Generations. I forget if I've said that. I might have said that on stream already, but it comes out like next week, I think. I don't know if I would stream that. I maybe could. I don't know if that would be a good thing, because I'm not good at Sonic, and then the Sonic people would watch and be like, wow, this guy sucks at Sonic. But maybe people could tell me how to not suck at Sonic. I don't know. Not that I think that's like a particularly hard game, but I don't know. Sonic level design tends to not really like click with me for whatever reason, and maybe that one. I know that's like the one people say is the non-Sonic people tend to like Generations even, so maybe I won't have to worry about that. Okay. I don't know why I looked at chat right as that was happening. That was a bit stupid. Really? That was not a... I just need to look at the thing, dude. I need to look at the reticle. I always try to go off muscle memory. I just need to look at the thing that tells me when it's fully charged. Oh my god. Okay, well... Man. Yeah, well, it's like... It's partly a remaster and partly a new game. It's kind of like a Bowser's Fury type situation. It's like they're... You know, Sonic Generations with modern graphics or whatever, and then they added like a Shadow game onto it. Because like the Year of Shadow. It looks pretty cool. I don't know. Like I've been like trying to turn myself into a Sonic fan. I've been watching a lot of Fidel Games Cage, which is part of the reason why. Because he's like the Sonic like hype guy. I don't know. His streams are fun. I like his vibes. And he likes Sonic a lot, so I'm like, maybe I would like Sonic too. I've played a few games at this point. Like I don't know. I don't think I will ever like it on the same level that I like, you know, like 3D Mario games, but I'm trying to get more into the franchise. No, like Sonic Generations is was like an anniversary game that like I think it basically like just took a bunch of like level themes from other Sonic games and like kind of remixed them into like a new thing. So it's like, it's not like very heavy on story, it's kind of just like a celebration of like what Sonic was up to that point. I have not played the original, but that is my understanding of what it is. Yeah, I've played like, I don't know. I don't really like classic Sonic. I didn't really like what I played of Mania, and people gas up that game a lot. So I think for me, classic Sonic is a lost cause. I think I just don't like classic Sonic, but I'm trying to like 3D Sonic. I'd like to play the adventure games because I know people, you know, all the games have some issues, but people, you know, like the story of the adventure games and the gameplay. I'm interested in those ones, and then I'd like to play Unleashed at some point too, probably. Mania was fun. I was very back and forth on Mania. I don't know. There's certain like Sonic-isms. there's things of Sonic level design that I just like fundamentally disagree with. Like I don't think it's fun. Well, honestly, just the main thing is like, you know, I just feel like the level theming, like the music is amazing, the visuals are amazing, but the actual like mechanical theming of the levels is like, you know, I'm just so used to like Mario like 4-step level design, where it's like it introduces a gimmick and then it just like slowly evolves it more and more. I just feel like Sonic levels are just like, there's just stuff everywhere. Like that's the thing I don't get about Sonic, is it's just like, you know, now you have like a spring into like a pulley thing, into like a loop-de-loop, into like, I'm just like, what's the point of all this? Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it builds upon itself as naturally as like a lot of other platformers I've played. And it's like, I don't think that's a bad thing, I think it's just different. I think I'm just not used to it, but it doesn't, yeah, like I just feel lost. And like that's the thing with the levels too, like classic Sonic, I think it's really cool in theory that it's, you know, like the skilled path is like the higher one, because it's like if you're good at maintaining speed, you get to the higher path, and then if you're good at the platforming, you can stay on the higher path. And then it's like if you're worse at the game, you fall down to the lower levels, which are like slower, but they're easier to get through. Like I think that's kind of like genius. I think that's really cool, but like in practice, I just don't know where I'm going. I don't get it. And like there's weirdly, I feel like you go to the left a lot of the time in classic Sonic a lot for some reason. It's like, am I supposed to be going this way? Or it's like, I don't know, I just get really confused. I like the level, like, I don't feel like I'm learning a mechanic and getting better at it. Sometimes I'm not even always going to the right. Like, I just get lost. I get that that's, yeah, I think that is the fun of it for some people. I think, like, that's just, I totally get why it works for some people, it just doesn't work for me. And then just having, like, you know, I don't know, I don't really like that it feels like you have to, like, memorize the level to play it well. Like, I feel like you go through a level the first time, and you're, like, going at top speed, and then you just, like, hit a wall, and you just lose all your momentum, and it's like, okay, well, I didn't know that wall was going to be there. I had half a second to react to it, you know, appearing on the screen. So it's like, yeah, if I'm coming back and speed running the level, then it could feel really cool to anticipate that and know it's coming up, but the first time playing a level, it just kind of feels like garbage. Like, that's the problem I have. And I feel like 3D Sonic is better about making the first playthrough of a level actually still feel cool, and just the spectacle. Like, that's the thing Sonic does that Mario doesn't, is like, it looks cool. You know, there's always just like, oh my god, okay, that guy died. There's always just something that's there just to be cool. Like, whereas Mario a lot of the times is very functional. Another person just fell in the pit? Okay. And, you know, I value that in Mario games. Like, I like that they're just about the gameplay first and foremost. But I can also appreciate, you know, in Sonic games where things are just there to be cool. So, you know, I think that's why I will always like Sonic games, like, less. And, you know, just them being, like, less polished and stuff in general all the time. But it's something I'm trying to, you know, to appreciate. And for what I know, people say Sonic Gens has some of the best gameplay of a 3D Sonic game, so. Yeah. Well, it's like, I'm so iffy on the characters, too, because I really want to like the characters. Like, I think, like, just the imagery of, like, Sonic, like, I love Sonic's design, and just, like, Sonic running fast, and, like, anytime people, like, animate Sonic or do fan art of Sonic, like, I love that. I think he's very cool. But, you know, like, I know the writing is, like, really inconsistent, you know, depending on the games or the shows you're watching, and, like, the, you know, sometimes it gets, like, you know, weirdly too edgy for some people, whereas then other times it's like feels really dumbed down and like it's for kids, and then sometimes they hit that sweet spot. I will say I watched the Shadow Dark Beginnings animation that's like, you know, setting up the story for Shadow Generations. I think that's amazing. I really love that. So like I know it's like, I don't know, I like keep up with kind of how the Sonic community thinks about the game. So I know people liked, you know, like the character writing in Frontiers was like, people were like, oh, they like saved these characters after butchering them for song or whatever. I wasn't really there for that. I'm not really like, you know, a part of that sentiment, but you know, it seems like the fans like the direction the writing has been going lately, so like, I guess maybe now would be a good time to jump in and care about the story. I don't know. Again, I'm just like, I'm considering, I'm not even sure if I'm going to buy the game yet. I want to buy the game, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I've kind of just been like an observer to the Sonic community for a little bit, and I'm intrigued. Oh god, that is not what I thought was gonna happen. Please blow up that guy. We did not blow. Oh, we did blow up that guy, but it was too late. Yeah, like I just didn't grow up with anything Sonic. Like I vaguely knew who Sonic was. I knew he was like not Mario. I don't know. I never had Sonic games. I never watched Sonic shows. It was just one of those things. I mean, really, it was the same as like, I don't know. I feel like there's lots of stuff that other people grew up with, and like I don't know what like TV channels I just wasn't watching or whatever. I feel like I didn't know that anime existed until I was like 14, which like I guess that's kind of young, but I feel like I don't know. Some people like I never saw that on TV. Like I only know about stuff because of the internet. I knew about Sonic without the internet, but barely, to be honest. Ba-da-bum, boom, boom. Ba-da-bum, boom, boom. Stupid. I thought the Mario cartoon was like in the 90s. Like, did that play in the 2000s? Like, I was not aware of that. I didn't know about the Mario cartoon until like the Vinny Vinesauce, like, you know, voices, like the YouTube poops, basically. Like I'd never heard of that at all. You had DVDs. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, well, we used to have physical media growing up. That's crazy. But where'd that go? Oh god. I did not mean to fall. We have the Rainmaker? Why? No, they have the Rainmaker. I just read that wrong. I just somehow completely misread that. Whatever. I'm a little... Sometimes I get, you know how it is. you guys have watched the streams enough. I get down a train of thought and I just forget I'm playing the video game. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I'm really excited for the movie. Because I think I like Shadow. I think I like Shadow when he is cool. I have not actually played the games that Shadow is in, but from what I know about his story, I think he is cool. And I'm very excited to see how they handle it in the movie. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with a lot of Mario stuff, but it was all just games. I mean, I had, you know, Mario games on the DS, Mario games on the Wii. I mean, that was, I don't know, there were like Mario McDonald's toys. Like, I guess I wasn't exposed to a lot of peripheral things beyond the games themselves. Shadow loves Latinas. Yes. A very, very important axiom of his character. I'll take it. The first YouTube video you watched was a Splatoon video, wow. That's crazy to think that someone didn't watch YouTube. I mean, I don't know. I got into YouTube in like 2011 maybe, so I guess 2015 is not that much later, but I don't know. My early exposure to the internet was just synonymous with me getting into Minecraft. So that's all I really did. I know Stampy was the first YouTuber I ever watched. I don't know if it's like... I don't know... I don't have the first video in my mind that I ever watched on YouTube. But I think I very quickly found Stampy and subscribed and watched him for the next, like, 10 years. It might have been that one... It's funny, because I know he's talked about this video being really popular and how he doesn't want it to be popular, but, he did, like, a map tour. Like, someone built, like, a giant cruise ship. And I think the thumbnail is just, like, very, like, YouTube algorithm friendly, because it's just, like, giant Minecraft cruise ship, and it looks really cool. But it's just a map someone else made that Stampy was just, like, you know, showing off in a video. And I think he's gone... You know, he's gone on record to say, like, he sounded, like, sick in that video or something. Like he really doesn't like that one got popular because, like, he thinks he, like, sounds, like, you know, like, congested in it, and it's just, like, someone else's map, whatever. Like, it's not something he's really proud of, but I think it has, like, millions of views. And I think that might literally be the video how I found him. Yeah, no, Stampy was huge for me, and getting into just the internet and stuff. Yeah, Stampy going to the moon. See, I loved his stuff with Squid mostly. I feel like I've literally talked about this before. I don't know, but yeah, I love like the Quest series. I didn't watch Lovely World. Like, I watched a lot of Lovely World, but that was never like my main thing that I liked from him. I liked when he did collaborations with other people, especially Squid. But yeah, I mean, he was just a constant... I mean, I specifically remember that, like, because Quest came out on Mondays. So I would always be, like, you know, really tired coming home from school on a Monday, and I would, like, sit on the couch with a snack and watch Quest. And I did that for, like, 4 years, because that's how long that series ran. So it was, like, I don't know, it was crazy how much it's just, like, a routine. Part is them wanting to... I do not remember them wanting to eat sheep brains. That might have been a small detail. I mean, could that have been like an adventure map? I loved when they played adventure maps. Also, those adventure maps were so good, by the way. Like, I swear, the first adventure map I ever played was, Herobrine's Revenge by Hypixel, and I never, like, in the 10 years since then, it's like 13 years. In the 13 years since playing Herobrine's Revenge, I have never found an adventure map as cool as that one. I don't know what happened to adventure maps. They just, like, you would think they'd get better over time, but I feel like they're just not a thing anymore. Dude, I miss good adventure maps, and Stampy and Squid would find these amazing ones. I don't know where they would find them. It was always people just building entire, like, medieval, like, kingdoms and having, like, I mean, the story would never be, like, amazing. It was always just, you know, they wrote down what was happening on, like, the Minecraft signs. And that was, like, how they did dialogue and stuff. But, like, the builds were really cool. And, like, they always had, like, actually, like, cool, like, challenges, or, like, you know, like, you had to, like, fight a bunch of mobs or whatever. And, like, what happened to cool adventure maps? I don't know if I'm just not looking in the right places anymore. Because I'm not really, like, I don't really see Minecraft community stuff at all anymore. I'm pretty much completely detached from that at this point. But, like, I swear, dude, the best Minecraft adventure maps came out, like, 2011 to 2014. They actually just peaked there. Like, I'd love to be proven wrong, but I've never seen a better one since. Good modded maps? I mean, people make like mini games, but I feel like there used to be like, I remember being blown away. And I'm sure some of this, I haven't seen the map in a long time, so I'm probably, you know, probably some of this is rose-tinted glasses or just like, you know, the entire game of Minecraft still being very new to me. But Herobrine's Revenge, it was so long. Like, it was several hours of gameplay. It had like these crazy builds where you were like going through like a giant like fortress in the Nether, like fighting like a whole like army of like, I don't know. I was also into like Herobrine stuff, which I feel like that's such a meme now. Or like, I don't even know what it was, right? Because like there's no real lore. Like there was a creepypasta. I don't even think I was into the creepypasta. I was just into like Herobrine as like an entity. And like him being like the villain of Minecraft. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing, my Minecraft obsession, like I loved playing the game Minecraft and just like, you know, playing the survival game. But I actually think it was like a lore thing for me, which like, you know, that makes sense with the Splatoon lore, but like, you know, what is Minecraft lore? I mean, like, because there kind of was this like shared like mythos. I feel like, I mean, everyone had the kind of their own interpretations of it, but that's why it was cool. Like, I think, like, I genuinely, like, was just into Herobrine as a concept, because it was like, you know, everyone has their own Minecraft world. I think just the fact that it's an infinite world just leads you, you know, your imagination can just go anywhere with it. And I don't know. I loved, like, making up Minecraft stories in my head for so long. Oh. Yeah, Pat and Jen. I think they divorced, and I think they had some, I don't know. I think their relationship sort of went south, which is unfortunate, but yeah, they were, I remember them. I mean, I watched, like, I don't know, I didn't watch all of the crazy popular people, because there were some of them I was not, like, I never watched, like, Sky Does Minecraft. There were whole, like, other, like, groups of people that I was not really into. Like, what, like, Team Crafted was, like, a thing? I don't know. But I watched, like, I mean, mostly Stampy, but lots of other smaller people that I probably don't remember that I would have to, like, you know, go through my, like, subs to even find them. Oh, God. You could never play survival because of Herobrine? Did you know he wasn't actually in the game? Like, I never actually was convinced he was in it. I don't think I was anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really, I don't know much about creepypastas. I've never really been in on like the like internet horror stuff. It's like cool in retrospect, but I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't know it existed until sort of after it was like, I mean, not that it's, you know, gone, but I don't really think, I don't know, are people still just writing creepypastas and posting them? Maybe they are. What if he appeared one day, bruh? Wasn't taking any chances. I mean, true. I think I built it into, like, the lore of my world. Like, I don't know. I had a whole... I mean, the thing is, I was obsessed with Minecraft animations, is the thing. So, like, I had this whole story planned out. Like, actually, like, a whole story. Like, basically, like, multiple seasons of, like, this Minecraft story in my mind, that I wanted to animate, and I attempted to. I mean, I learned Blender literally to try and make a Minecraft animation. I technically did finish one. It wasn't even that story, it was just like some other project that I wanted to make. And I mean, I learned a lot from it. And I still am able to go into Blender and like have muscle memory to like model stuff, but it was never, it obviously isn't a thing I exactly pursued that much after it. People don't know what creepypastas are? Oh my god, that makes me feel old. That makes me feel old. Wow. I mean, again, I'm not even like a person who was ever like into them, but just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like, was it a specific website? They're basically, they're like scary stories, but specifically like they would be about, you know, it was sort of like playground rumor type things, but it was always like creepy stuff like not always in games, because like Slenderman is a creepypasta. Some of them are just scary stories. Yeah, just internet scary stories basically. And yeah, like a lot of them were just badly written by like, you know, just random people on the internet, but some of them were really popular. So like Herobrine, I'm pretty sure originated from like someone just made up this story where they're like, I was playing Minecraft and my computer was really bad, so I had to turn the render distance down really low, which, you know, in Minecraft makes it look like it's like foggy, and they just thought like Herobrine was just like this person stalking them like in their world in the distance. Like that was like the origin of that. You have a vivid memory of the Aether portal working? So I know that became like a meme. I always knew it was a mod. Like I was never convinced that that was in the game. It does just fit in. I think I watched a video a while ago. Like the Aether would have just fit in so well with Minecraft. I think that's why a lot of people thought it was real, because it would just make sense, right? Like you have the overworld, you have the Nether, so why not have a sky? Like it, you know, it just would have made a lot of sense. But yeah, no, Aether's iconic. I wouldn't say ARGs are the new creepypastas. I mean, that's two different things. But they can have similar vibes, I guess. Like, creepypastas aren't interactive. Well, I mean, they're interactive in the sense that people could make their own versions of it, but like, you know, an ARG is like the audience has like a role in the story. You're just now finding out it was a mod? Oh, yeah, it was just like it was a really popular mod. I mean, to the extent that I think they considered adding it to the game. Like, I'm pretty sure the story behind the end is that they were going to make a sky dimension, and then they eventually just turned it into their own thing. And they're like, okay, no, it's actually just this one floating island in the void. But for the longest time in Minecraft, if you, like, pressed F3 to check your biome, the end dimension would literally just be called, like, sky. And I think the developers, the devs explicitly, I think, said that that was their intention. Tears of the... comparing Tears of the Kingdom to the Aether feels very weird in my brain, but I suppose it is similar. Oh god. I might... If I'm gonna yap this much, I might have to switch to an easier weapon. I'm gonna be honest. No, we're talking about Minecraft and creepypastas, I guess. I guess it started with like, how did this start? I don't know. We got here somehow, talking about YouTube and things. Well, someone compared Tears of the Kingdom to the okay, it's annoying calling it the Aether, because the word A-E-T-H-E-R is pronounced ether, but everyone called it the Aether, because I think no one knew the word, so it's like, I want to call it the ether now, because in any other context you pronounce that word ether, but literally everyone called it the Aether, so... I guess that's just what the Minecraft one was. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. One's like, Tobuscus? Was that the guy? Is he the I can swing my sword guy? I think I watched one of his Aether videos, and that was like my only real exposure to it. Oh, yeah, Twilight Forest, yeah. Yeah, I really feel like a lot of Minecraft, I don't know, I mean, obviously my own interest in the series has just diminished, but there was just this crazy, like, just the ambition people had in the early days of the game. Like, I just, like, has there been a mod like the Twilight Forest since the Twilight Forest. I just feel like people don't do stuff like that anymore. And maybe there has, and it's just, you know, gone under my radar, but like, oh my god. I thought I could escape that. I'm pretty sure Aether was before Twilight Forest. I think it was. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't blame it on the developers. Because I think what I've realized, for a long time I've been saying I'm not really interested in the direction Minecraft is going. But I think at a point I realized I just don't want them to add more stuff to Minecraft. Like, Minecraft is a game I loved because of its simplicity, and it's just at a point where anything they add is extraneous to me. Like, I just genuinely don't want them to update the game. Which, you know, I don't really think they can just stop. And I know you can play old versions. So again, it's not a thing where I blame Mojang. I mean, like, you just can't satisfy everyone. It's just, it's the best-selling game in the world. You can't pander to every group. Like, people are always going to be unhappy no matter what they do. I think if they updated the game more frequently than they do, they would alienate a lot of people who who are like me, who don't want the game to change that much. And I think whatever they do add, like, it's never going to feel like classic Minecraft. So I don't think there's any winning. For me, like, I'm not interested in Minecraft updates because I literally don't want them to update Minecraft at this point. And I mean, you know, I'm not saying necessarily that they shouldn't. I think there is an audience there who wants the game to just keep getting bigger and more complex. And you know, as long as we can always play old versions, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, Minecraft will probably never be what it was in, like, you know, 2012 to 2015 era. Like, I don't really think it will ever feel like that again for me. I think they did. Well, I think they said they're going to switch to, like, smaller, more frequent updates, which is good. I mean, that's what I wanted for the past 6 years of the game. Maybe if they had been doing that, I would still be playing. But I mean, for me, it's just, it's not even like a, you know, too little too late situation. Like, again, I literally don't blame them. I just, there is nothing they can put in Minecraft that I will want at this point, I think, genuinely. Like, maybe if they added the Aether, honestly, because I feel like that's one of the few things that they could very naturally fit into the game at this point, without it feeling like it's out of place. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with me, Oreo, is like, I don't know, it used to be like, the game was overwhelming at first, but everything, like, made sense. I think my problem was just, the stuff they add isn't intuitive, and it doesn't mesh with the existing stuff in the game. Like, I feel like I've talked about this on stream before, but, you know, old Minecraft's mechanics, like, worked together. Like, they were basic enough. Like, something like a piston changes the entire game, because it can push, you know, like, almost every single block, and you can make all these contraptions and stuff. Like, Redstone is so versatile and so intuitive. But then they add, like, you know, I'm weirdly, like, really upset about the fact that there are multiple types of crafting tables and furnaces. I think that's, like, just so against the ethos of Minecraft. Like, and I know you can just not craft them, but it's like, knowing that the most efficient way to play the game is to craft this, like, mega furnace. Like, that just feels like such a weird, like, modded Minecraft type of thing. Like, I just don't get why that's in the game. Like, I don't like that kind of thing at all. It's just, it doesn't need to exist. It doesn't actually meaningfully add to the game. It's just another step you have to do for no reason. Like, I mean, yeah, they've added new redstone things, but they haven't added a mechanic as impactful as, like, the redstone system. Like, they can build on what is in the game, but nothing new they add has had as big an impact. Like, I think the most significant Minecraft update or the last significant Minecraft update was like, I don't know, them adding the end. Like I don't feel like anything huge. Maybe like 1.8. You know, like 1.7.10, 1.8 were like the last. Those are the last updates I personally cared about. Like I genuinely have not been excited for an update since 1.8. Maybe I was for what I was iffy on 1.9 because that was the combat one. But yeah. I don't know. I just... I think I already went on the cave rant. I really don't like new caves. I hate that copper is everywhere. I don't like how easy mining is now. I don't like it. But that's a more specific thing. See, the Nether update was cool, but I still would not say that fundamentally, like, that's not a new Nether. You know, it's not a new dimension. They just expanded the Nether. It's like, I don't know, it's a weird, I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but it's like, I don't want them to keep adding all this tiny, you know, kind of trivial, annoying stuff to the game. I want them to either have a massive update that adds something as big as like a new dimension or a new like system that will inspire a whole new like genre of like people playing the game. Like Redstone YouTubers, you know, are like, they do Redstone. And like they can play the rest of the game, but you know, like there was a whole subgenre of the community that just liked building stuff with Redstone. And, you know, the Nether update didn't do that. The Ocean update didn't do that. There has not been an update in the game that has been as big as like Redstone or the End or the Nether since those updates. So like, I understand that this is not a sustainable business model and that they wouldn't ever do this. But ideally, for me, I wish the direction of Minecraft was, we're either going to add something so big that it is going to genuinely like be this whole new facet of the game, or we are going to not add anything at all. That is all I would personally want for the game. And I understand that that's not how it's gonna happen, but that is the only way they could get me interested in playing the game again, is to not change the game for like 5 years, or to add something so big that it's like a whole new side of it. Which, I don't know. I don't know how extreme or how rare of a take that is, because again, I'm not really involved with the Minecraft community anymore, but that's genuinely how I feel about the game at this point. Oh god. Not accepting copper slander? I'm slandering it, bro. It's really lame. Update, like... I don't know. I guess I don't agree that they were as big. Like, the ocean isn't a new dimension. It's like a new... I mean, a new, like, boss is cool. Update Aquatic isn't even what I'm thinking of. They already had ocean monuments, right? I don't even know what Update Aquatic did, to be honest. It added, like, kelp and coral? I don't see how that's comparable to Redstone or anything. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I think when I say something big, I don't just mean a lot of content. I don't just mean they put a lot of blocks in the game. I mean something that genuinely is like a new way to play Minecraft. I don't think they have done that since, like, Redstone and the Adventure update. Because the Adventure update and, like, the End I'll give, because it's like, okay, now there's, you know, you can speedrun Minecraft, there's, like, a goal, like, you can see Minecraft as, like, this thing that can be beaten. I think for me that does fundamentally change how Minecraft works, because Minecraft Alpha is like, you're just in this world and you're building things. And it's still how a lot of people play the game, but I think a lot of people now, you know, will try to grind to get, you know, better materials and better equipment and better tools so that they can take on these challenges like the Nether and the End and, you know, by extension, the Ocean Monuments. I think that is a way to play Minecraft. I think Redstone... You know, you'll probably just be in creative mode, tinkering with the game's mechanics, seeing how different interactions work, trying to, you know, optimize and compact, you know, different mechanics and you know, different like machines that you make. I think that is a way to play Minecraft. And I think, you know, the original alpha survival mode is a way to play Minecraft. I think there's basically those three. You know, maybe you could argue like making stories in the game, making like, you know, recording and doing like machinimas, or, you know, like that's maybe another facet of the game. But there genuinely has been nothing as big. There's no like pillar to Minecraft that has been added since like 2012. that is genuinely how I feel about the game. So I would rather it just be what it is and be a game I can return to and remember how it was, or they add a new pillar that I can experience. Otherwise, they're just, in my opinion, they're just making the game worse by adding a bunch of random things that are complicating the game for no benefit. I didn't expect this to be a whole rant, but yeah. I mean, yeah, like, I'm not saying people can't appreciate the updates. Like, if the updates, I think the updates are maybe, and maybe that is, in a way, another pillar. Maybe that's another part of the community, is people who genuinely just want more and more for the game. Because I do think there's a clash there. Like, I think there, you know, there is this kind of old Minecraft community that doesn't like how much is in the game now, and there are these people who's like, Mojang adds, like, 2 things a year, wow, lazy devs, lol, like, I think, and you know, I'm sure there are people who word that in a less annoying way, but I'm not trying to paint people like that in a bad light necessarily who want more for the game, but I do think there is a, you know, a divide there, and I don't think the old community is ever going to like what they add to Minecraft unless it is as fundamentally game-changing as some of that, you know, older stuff. Which obviously is confusing for Mojang, because these people are saying, you know, we want the game to be simpler, we want you to not keep changing things. So they're not, you know, they're probably scared to do a massive game-changing update like that. Which again, I don't blame them. They have millions, literally billions of people, you know, who's to listen to their feedback. It's kind of an impossible task. Like, they're never going to satisfy everyone. And yeah, so like, yeah, if you are happy about the new updates, I'm happy for you. A new mob and a new biome is never going to make me care about Minecraft the way I used to. Like, I don't care. It's just not something that draws me in anymore. Mobs, I actually really think there are way too many mobs in the game. So many of them just literally do nothing. I don't like the mob, like, quantity. I don't know. I think it's really weird that mobs have been, like, the focus of updates for so long. I feel like they're, like, one of the least impactful things on the game. I guess we're doing this. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, yeah. There's only one mob that does nothing? I mean, you have... What does a llama do? Does a llama actually do something? Does spitting on mobs count as doing something? You have bats. I'm pretty sure bats still don't do anything. You have polar bears. I don't know why polar bears are in the game. They don't do anything. There's probably more I'm forgetting. I mean, I'm fine with bats. I don't know. I mean, maybe you can call that nostalgia bias. I'm fine with bats because they used to be the only useless mob, and they were just there for, like, immersion. It's like, oh, I'm in a cave and there's a bat. And I mean, I guess you could make that argument for the other mobs, but, like, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with them, I'm just not interested. If a mod is added to the game and doesn't have a unique drop or any, like, actually interesting unique behavior, I just think it's a waste. Biomes are more exciting. Like, I will say biomes are definitely more exciting because that changes exploration. Biomes can have, you know, unique mobs that set them apart. But, you know, at the end of the day, it still just is expanding on, you know, the Minecraft exploration gameplay that has been the same for 12 years now. For like, more like 13 years. I failed the jump. Yeah, I mean, again, it's not a thing. Like, I'm not trying to like hate on modern Minecraft. I'm just not interested. Like, you're not going to convince me. Like, I guess I don't. You don't need to tell me how good the things are. I don't care. In the nicest way possible. It's just not compelling to me. It's not what I care about in the video game. Oh god. But yeah, I mean, back to like the old internet stuff, I guess. Like, I feel like I missed out on a lot of it, to be honest. Like, I was really there for like the tail end of stuff like, you know... I mean, because I just saw Minecraft stuff. I think I was alive for when a lot of old internet was still happening, but I just literally mostly used the internet for Minecraft. And YouTube in general. So... You know, I wasn't really as aware. Like, I definitely felt the shift when things became all, like, centralized. But, you know, that was more just, like, internet culture in general. Dan, I do not think that makes any sense. I feel like LEGO Worlds, like, should have been bigger. Like, from what I saw of it, it seemed pretty cool, but I don't know... I'm pretty sure I only saw Stampy's video on it, actually. Oh god. I think he ate you up? I don't know about that. Oh, okay, well, that was... yeah, not a good super jump. It was your childhood? That video probably came out a longer time ago than I remember. I feel like... I didn't think it could already be a childhood game, but maybe it is older than I thought. Wait, LEGO Worlds. The people also ask, is LEGO Worlds basically Minecraft? LEGO Worlds release date. I thought that would appear and it did not. 2017. Okay, that's about when I thought it came out. Okay. Same year as Splatoon 2. I'm not hopping on Roblox. Just to play Roblox Minecraft. I don't know, dude. I cannot get into Roblox. You're just young, dude. You might be. Yeah. No one remembers LEGO Universe, which was the precursor to LEGO Worlds, actually, in a way. It was also not. It was also very much its own thing. But yeah. Dressed to impress with my baddies. Yeah, I have no thoughts on Roblox besides I am not playing it. I do not have any strong feelings otherwise. The Joy-Con input fumbles? Oh. Yeah, I have not tried any of the gimmicky Joy-Con stuff in Jamboree. Because if you turn on the Joy-Con minigames, you have to play the entire game with like a single Joy-Con, which is really annoying. Like, I'd be honestly fine with it if you could just play the game with a Pro Controller, and then it was like switched to the Joy-Con. Like, I would just prefer to do that, but that's not an option. You just have to play the entire game with Joy-Con, so me and my friends were just playing with them turned off. Dan, why? I don't understand how that forces you to play it. I have a 12-year-old Minecraft account. It's kind of funny that, like, Minecraft has been around for so long that, like, I remember you had to migrate your Minecraft account to a Mojang account, and then you had to migrate your Mojang account to a Microsoft account, because they updated their system so many times over the years. I literally don't hate the game. I strongly dislike the direction of updates for the game. I still like Minecraft 1.8, Minecraft 1.7.10. I would more quickly go back to that if people were actually willing to make a server. I still, you know, don't really want to at the moment. I would have to be in the mood, but isn't Mojang the way to say it? Because they're Swedish. It's not Mojang. I think that's like acceptable, but I think Mojang is like more correct. Oh. I didn't even bring up the Minecraft movie in that whole discussion. That's a whole other can of worms that we probably don't have to go into. That's gonna be a dumpster fire, dude. I'm really sad about that, actually. I am Steve. We're watching it. I'm like unironically gonna pirate it. I need to see it, like, out of, like, you know, morbid curiosity and the fact that it will probably be, you know, what everyone's talking about for like 2 weeks, but I don't want to give them money. Honestly, I have no shame in that. It's gonna make billions of dollars just from the, you know, brand name alone. You joined and heard me say I am Steve. That is... okay, I don't know if that's the best or worst time to join. You need to learn how to read parkour? Is it a language? Can you communicate through, like, ladder jumps and water blocks? Oh. I have not heard of Movie Star Planet. Oh, if we're talking about early internet games, Pop Tropica was peak. I still love Pop Tropica. I mean, I don't still play it, but I respect it and cherish my memories with it. When I opened the book, it was written in parkour. I do want to watch Parkour Civilization. I forgot about that. That creep. I don't even know what this is. I've never heard of this. My X power is hilariously bad. Wow. Okay. Watch party. I mean, didn't you guys all see it already? I don't know. Dan, I don't care about X-Rank. I've not thought about a single one of these games for the past, like, hour. We have just been talking. Let me, like, look this up to see if I even recognize Movie Star Planet. Okay. It's one of those. Yeah, I mean, I definitely did not interact with this, but it certainly looks like an early internet game. I'm too low to stream snipe? I mean, good. You would just beat me and make my power go even lower. We're not rewatching Parkour Civ before Arcane? I mean, isn't it just like 2 hours? You got your account hacked? I would probably prioritize Arcane rewatch over Parkour Civilization, but I don't know. I wanted to watch it to get the memes, and the memes have kind of died down by now. So I don't know. It feels like an important an important internet event that I should not miss out on. I'll get to it eventually. Club Penguin is weird because, like, I never knew anyone who actually played it on a computer, but there was like a Wii game or something that one of my friends had. I definitely knew of Club Penguin, but I didn't play it or know anyone really who was into it. Pop Tropico was the main thing for me. I will always gas up Pop Tropico. That was some nice movement there, actually. That was kind of cool. I mean, they obviously could have just gone around the pestle and shot me, but they didn't. So that's what you get at 1600 power X-Battle games. 2 girly pop for Club Penguin. Damn. You don't have to apologize for being Team Ninja. That's a good enough reason as anyone. I mean, you're gonna get less mirror matches than me, so hope you enjoy. Bin Weevils is like the most European sounding game ever. Unless I'm like, I don't know. I cannot like imagine that in my head without a very aggressive British accent for some reason. You just play as weird little freak bugs. Sounds about right. Bum bum. Bam 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 da bum. I'm trying. Oh, did anyone have Webkins? I feel like people are too like young here for Webkins. Like my friends would know it, like Dan and Milo, but I don't know if other people would. Webkins was awful, by the way. Like, Webkins sucks. I have nostalgia for it, but the games were so bad. Like, it was such a waste of time. They were not high quality. Oh, opinions on Pokemon? I don't really have strong opinions. I'm not really a Pokemon guy. I didn't grow up with it or anything. I've played a couple of games and they're not really for me. Although I don't know. I liked Legends Arceus, so I'm somewhat considering getting the next Legends game, but I don't really know for sure. I feel like I had like a lot of weird DS games. I had New Super Mario Bros. Wii, or well, I did have that, but I had New Super Mario Bros. DS. I mean, I had at least some other normal DS games. I don't know. I feel like I got a lot of like. I did have some shovelware for sure. I had this awful Harry Potter game that I never beat. I had lots of good Harry Potter games. Lego Harry Potter was actually really good on the DS. Like, no one ever talks about that game, but I actually really like that one. But I had this, like, other one that was, like, just Harry Potter years 5 through 7, and, like, I just didn't know how to beat it. I don't know. All I remember was, like, it starts with Goblet of Fire, or I guess it wasn't 5 through 7. It might have just been Goblet of Fire, which is weird, because normally they try and combine them in the games, but yeah, it was just Goblet of Fire, and it was just at the beginning part where they get attacked by the Death Eaters, and I just didn't know how to progress. I don't think I ever did. Oh, I had a Phineas and Ferb game that was like, I don't know if that was shovelware or if I was stupid. Maybe a little bit of both. I think it was an okay game, but I definitely didn't beat that one either. I had Drawn to Life the Next Chapter, which I love, and think the music in that game is like one of the most underrated video game soundtracks, because I adore the music in that game, and no one ever talks about it. And the story was good, which also, like, there's a weird niche group of people who, like, I think all went through the same experience of, like, growing up with Drawn to Life the Next Chapter, then replaying it 10 years later and being like, wait, this story's kind of, like, fucked up, actually. And then there's, like, I've seen, like, a handful of, like, video essays that are like, guys, the darkest Nintendo DS game. And, like, yeah. It's pretty good, though. I'm a fan. You had a Phineas? I don't know what it was called, because it was just like, it wasn't the movie one, because I know there's like a Second Dimension game, but it was just like, there was a level based on the roller coaster, which is like the pilot episode. There was one on like the snow one, I think, where they make, you know, the mountain out of snow cone ice. And that might have been as far as I got. Because it was a weird structure to the game. It was like you went into the levels to, like, get materials, and then you would, like, do mini games where you, like, you know, screwed in bolts and, like, welded, you know, sheets of metal together. I don't know how you actually, like, made progress. I know there was a roller coaster mini game, but it was like you had to, like, replay it. Like, the progress wasn't linear. It was like you had to, like, collect stuff to progress, and I don't know. I didn't know what to do. There's a weird game on Wii U called Splatoon, yeah. No, I've never heard of that. It's probably some weird shovelware. Well, I feel like I've talked about some of these before. I had this weird-ass game called My Frogger Toy Trials, which I feel like literally like no other human being has played. It was Frogger, like it was officially licensed Frogger game, you know, like the arcade game? What even is Frogger? Frogger was, I think it was an arcade game and probably like on like the NES. But yeah, it was My Frogger Toy Trials. And it was like this weird story where it was like this like tournament where you like had like these like sentient toys that you would just like put into this like terminal to like do a platforming level, or like it was like Frogger, but it was like advanced. Like it wasn't just like crossing a road. It was like these more complex levels with like enemies, and like you like swung on vines and stuff, and you played as like this sentient frog toy. But the story was like you had to like draw up, the kid like drew a picture of what he wanted the toy to look like and sent it in, and he tried to draw a dragon, and they gave him a frog because he sucked ass at drawing, so they thought he drew a frog. So he was like, damn, I got this stupid frog toy. And then like the character arc was him like coming to love the frog toy. And like, or like, you know, coming to be like, wow, you're awesome, frog guy. We're gonna beat the levels. But then it was like too hard for me, so I never beat it. And I tried emulating it because I lost the cartridge, and I tried emulating it on my computer, but it relied too much on like, there's this mini game where you had to, the frog turns into a ball and you have to roll the frog with the stylus, and it was way too hard to do with a mouse because it actually has like momentum. So you have to like, you know, like frantically like swipe up on the touchscreen to roll the frog ball, and it was like I couldn't do it because the mouse, it's too hard on mouse, and I gave up because it was too hard to beat, and it wasn't really worth it. But I'm annoyed because I'll never see the ending to that game because no one else played it. I can't find a playthrough of it on YouTube because no one else played this game, and it's so annoying. It will always just be this like thing that I don't have closure for. But yeah, if anyone else has ever heard of My Frogger Toy Trials, let me know how it ends because I'm very curious. But yeah. I had one of those DS cartridges that had like 20 random dogshit shovelware games. Oh yeah, I had like the Carnival Games thing, which is just like a collection of like very mediocre mini games, but I think they like sold really well. I feel like there were like ads everywhere for it, but they like were not good. Thoughts on Animal Crossing / cozy games? The only Animal Crossing I've played is New Horizons, which I liked. I know the internet was all like, oh, New Leaf was better, it didn't have all the New Leaf features, but you know, as someone who did not play New Leaf, I liked it. I like New Leaf music better. I've heard New Leaf music, which I think I would have vibed with it more if I had actually played that game. But yeah, I like Animal Crossing a lot more than I thought I would. I don't know how many other things I've played that I would really consider cozy games. Like, I guess generally I'm not into them just because I haven't played them. Like I know everyone says like Stardew Valley is really good, but I don't know. I've never tried it, so maybe I would like it, but it does not strike me as something that I would really get into. So I guess my only thoughts are that Horizons was pretty good. Yes, I've done pretty much everything in Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is amazing. I've done everything but the Pantheons. I actually did beat Path of Pain. I forgot that I did that. But I did do that. This game called Milk Choco. It was Fortnite, but you were chocolate blobs. Interesting. I didn't think it was, like, there were issues I had with it. I fully, like, believe people when they say that it's, like, worse than other games in the series. But I also, you know, think it was COVID, and everyone burnt themselves out on the game way faster than they were supposed to. So, I don't know. It was Path of Pain. Yeah, when I went to, I took that trip to Germany, like, a couple months ago at this point, I guess. And I, for whatever reason, you know, we like, went out and did things during the day, but then we would just kind of chill and play games, at night. And for whatever reason, I decided to try beating Path of Pain, and I spent, like, hours on it, then died at the very end, and was very mad. I did not like Path of Pain. I love Hollow Knight. I love most of Hollow Knight. I think the difficulty is great, and it's a very rewarding and fun game. Path of Pain sucks. The reward is garbage. It is not worth it. It is genuinely just like anti-player design. I know it's supposed to be unfair. It's literally basically just like Kaizo Hollow Knight made by the devs, but I think it's bad. Like, I actually think it is not well designed. That is the one thing about Hollow Knight, and I know it just sounds like I'm salty, but I did beat it, and I was still salty, so I don't know. Everything else in Hollow Knight was like, it's a beautiful game, the music is amazing, the exploration is great, the combat is great, like, most of the boss fights are pretty incredible, the lore is really cool, like, everything about Hollow Knight is great. Path of Pain can suck my dick. That sucked, and it was terrible, and was not worth it. I do not like that part of the game. But yeah, that's how I feel, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I do like the customization. I think that's why I will be a New Horizons defender, because, like, I customized the hell out of my island. Like, I did a lot of terraforming. I really made use of the customization mechanics, so, you know, Obviously, yeah, if you're playing the game as a life sim where you talk to animals, it's probably worse than the other ones. But I liked it for what it was. I mean, it's also not like one of my, you know, it's not a franchise that's so important to me that I was really going to be like disappointed either way. I got like 600 hours out of it is the thing, so like I really feel like I can't complain. I obviously liked the game to play it that much. I have heard of Spiritfarer, but I don't know much about it. Oh god. I hope Silksong doesn't. I genuinely hope Silksong does not have a Path of Pain. Or if it is, it's like, it actually gives you like a meaningful bit of like lore or a story cutscene. Like, I get them not wanting to like hide like a gameplay item behind it, because then people would feel obligated to do it. And the whole point is like, it's like you only do this, you know, if you really, really want to. But I feel like if it was a cutscene, it's like, okay, if you don't want to do Path of Pain, you look up the cutscene, right? And then like you're not really missing anything in your own playthrough of the game. But like the fact that you go through Path of Pain and then it just gives you like basically nothing, I don't know. It left a sour taste in my mouth. I did not like how that was handled. But again, like literally the rest of the game is like perfection. Like Hollow Knight is like 99.99% incredible, and then Path of Pain. That's the one part I will, and of course it's entirely optional. So it's like it's not even really a point against the game. You can literally get an over 100% completion in the game without doing Path of Pain. I don't even know if it gives you anything. Like I know they made post-game DLC, so the end final percentage is like 116, I think. I don't even know if Path of Pain gives you anything, because I'm pretty sure it's just like the Pantheon and probably some other area they added or something. I don't know if the Grim, it might be Grim Troop. Like Nightmare King Grim was amazing. I loved all the other like DLC and stuff they added. It was literally just Path of Pain. Hello, Sanic Dude. Yeah, I don't really know what Spiritfarer is, but if Milo likes it, maybe we could talk about it later. Because I don't know. I remember I saw like the trailer in like on like Nintendo's channel, I think, and like the art style looked cool. Man. Yeah, I was just saying. I feel like I've already said it a million times now, but yeah. I was saying everything about Hollow Knight is amazing, but Path of Pain I don't like. Path of Pain made me salty in a way that I think was just bad. But yeah. It's perfect in every way. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, maybe I could, like, watch the trailer again and see. It has been a while since, like, I don't know, it'd be nice to get very into an indie game. I played Celeste and Hollow Knight, like, I mean, they came out at a similar time, but I think I played both of them, like, around 2 years after they came out, or I don't know, my Celeste playthrough was spread out across, like, 2 years, but those are just both, like, such incredible indie games. I feel like I played, like, Undertale, I played Undertale in, like, 2017, but yeah, I don't know. There are a couple of indies that really just hit better than, like, any other game out there. And then you have to wait for the next one to come out, and it's like, man. Do-do-do. I wouldn't say Splatoon feels like an indie game. I mean, the lore community is pretty niche, I guess, but I don't know. It's not. There's people to talk about it with on the internet. Maybe not in real life, but I don't know. Yeah, I never, like... I had to really adapt to the Souls-likeness of Hollow Knight. Like, I literally quit the game and came back, like, 1 or 2 years after, because I just thought it was, like, too hard and frustrating. But then I got good, basically. Like, I don't know, the game has a... I think it's very intimidating at the start. At least for me, Hollow Knight was like, it's like pretty hard to get into, but then once you get into it, like everything clicks and it just starts feeling like very, very good. I mean, obviously if you beat the game, maybe, you know, it's not gonna be for everyone, but I definitely felt motivated to go through and get like true ending and do all the bosses and everything. The Pantheons are just, they're too much for me. Which, if you don't know, basically there's optional boss rushes in Hollow Knight. And they're, you know, Hollow Knight bosses are already, like, pretty hard by default. Doing, like, 10 of them in a row without dying is, like, very, very hard. I beat, like, the first 2 of them. But, like, I mean, I think people say the last one is, like, one of the hardest things they've ever done in, like, video games. Like, the final one I would probably never, ever beat. I would have liked to beat the 3rd one. But even that, just... I don't know. I didn't have the motivation to grind it when I had done everything else in the game at that point. I'm like, I've over 100%. I'm satisfied with my time with the game. Oh, Path of Pain does give you the thing in the menu, yeah. The Hunter's Journal, that's what it's called. I mean, it's a pretty bad reward in my opinion. I don't know. It's basically just a JPEG that says you did it. Like, there's not really any, like, lore. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it would have been, to be honest. Like, I don't know what a good reward for Path of Pain would have been, but... anything better than what it was, dude. Like, it was just nothing. The White Panther 5, like it's a trip to the bathroom. That is one way to say it. I mean, I respect it. It will never be me, but I respect it. I beat Nightmare King Grim. I feel like, you know, I'm good with that achievement. That's like pretty much the hardest optional boss as far as I'm aware, so I did beat the first 2 Pantheons, so, you know, I'm fine. Yeah, booyahing for canceled Booyah Bomb is... Ooh, Pop and Chalk. Yeah, the music is so good in Hollow Knight. Yeah, I think that's like, Hollow Knight just really pushes you to like, I mean, that's why, like, I love the bosses. Like, I think Radiance is a really good test of all your skills in the game. I mean, I guess you don't have to, like, Crystal Dash, but, like, I don't know. I never felt, you know, upon completing Hollow Knight that my skills hadn't been tested. So Path of Pain, like, in theory, Path of Pain is cool. Like, I love platforming gauntlets, generally. Like, I love, like, the perfect run in Mario, you know, Champions Road. Obviously, Mario games are going to be easier than Hollow Knight, but, like, you know, I like those kinds of things. I just think Path of Pain... I don't want to call it jank, because it probably is just a skill issue, but, like, I don't know. The platforming felt worse than, like, the rest of the game. Like, Hollow Knight's platforming is not its strength. I think the combat is a lot better, and I think having a final platforming challenge, like... I love the White Palace, actually. I mean, I didn't love it as much as something like Celeste. Like, I still think platforming is worse than combat. But the White Palace, for me, was this really cool platforming gauntlet that tested all your skills. And then Path of Pain was like, hey, what if it's that, but the devs are assholes? Like, I don't know. It didn't... it wasn't as fun to me, but whatever. Let's play the game. What are we looking at here? These rotations are surely something. They're surely something. We'll go in here. Yeah. Well, I don't even like the level design is good. Like the world design, like the areas are interconnected in really smart ways. The like biomes blend together well. And like the platforming isn't bad when it's just like, going from place to place, and like getting the double jump feels really impactful, and then like you can explore new areas. Like the design is really intelligent. I just think the actual like feel of the movement, like if you're going to make the game purely about the movement, I don't think that's the best thing Hollow Knight does. I think when it's moving around the world, fighting enemies and navigating, then the movement works really well for that. But when it's about being super precise, I think it, the cracks begin to show a little bit. I believe they both came out the same week, yeah. I'm not really interested in either of those games, but I've heard Metaphor is pretty good. Good. Yeah, I really do with Hollow Knight, like, I don't know, for me, I just hit a point where it started working for me. Like, I was, like, not super into the game for a while, so it probably just isn't for some people at all, but I would recommend giving it a second try, because that's literally what I did, and then I 100%ed the game, so. Oh my god. Yeah, Metaphor's kind of outside my, typical gaming sphere. I haven't played any Persona games, and I don't really play all that many JRPGs, so I probably will not be getting it, but, it seems cool. Like, I don't know. I like, Atlas does the cool UI design. That's like the thing they're known for. The Persona menus and whatnot, so I like looking at the game, but I will probably not be playing it. Yeah, I mean, Hollow Knight's really the only... I've played Metroid Dread, and I've played Hollow Knight. I haven't really played any other Metroidvania-style games. Oh. Oh yeah, why does being first level that? That was not a good place to stand. Oh god. I mean, I'm not opposed to blank slate characters in general. I don't know. I feel like my favorite type of, like, playable character in a game is one that, like, is their own character, but, like, doesn't, like, speak. I guess, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like Twilight Princess Link and I like Agent 8, so whatever they are. Like, I like having a little bit of, like, context and background, but I also, I don't know, I kinda... I feel like that is generally my favorite thing, is when they are a character but they don't speak. Because I just feel like it's more interesting to, like, immerse yourself. Like, if I think about all my favorite game stories, like, I mean, obviously, like, Deltarune is doing something kind of different, because it's, like, addressing the fact that, you know, you and the character are not the same person. But, like, Omori, has, you know, like, Sunny is very much a character, but, you know, they're mostly just, like, your protagonist. I guess, yeah, most Zelda games, I mean, depending on the Zelda game, some of them don't really try. Breath of the Wild doesn't really give us much. Echoes of Wisdom had more Link lore, pretty much, than Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't need them to be literally mute, like, in universe. Because, like, lots of times they'll just, you know, in Nintendo games at least, they'll do the, like, talking animation thing to imply they're talking, but they just don't actually. Yeah, I mean, well, Chris is cool. I'm really interested to see what they do with Chris, but they're a bit of a, you know, it's not like a type of protagonist because it's kind of its own thing. I'm so interested to see what they do with Chris, though. Like, I don't know. Deltarune is so interesting. I don't know, like, I haven't played that many games where I think it's really annoying when the main character is always talking, if I'm being honest. I don't know if that's a weird take. Like, it's one of those reasons I don't want to play, like, I'm turned off by a lot of Sony games. Like, seeing Spider-Man, I know it's a Spider-Man thing that he's the guy who's, like, always quipping and talking, but, like, dude, that would annoy me a lot if I was trying to play Spider-Man and Spider-Man was always talking. Like, again, I don't know if that's a weird opinion, but I don't really like that. I don't really, like, I don't need to, like, fully project myself onto the character, but I feel like they are kind of like, you know, the way the player interfaces with the game, and I don't want them, like, almost talking for me, if that makes sense. Like, it's not even that, really. It's just, like, I don't know. It's also just annoying to hear the same voice lines and stuff all the time. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I respect what that game is. I just don't have a PlayStation, so I'm not gonna play it. Well, actually, I mean, they're coming to PC. Are they already on PC? The first one is already on PC. I don't know. I'm not that interested in that game for whatever reason, but yeah, that's just a specific gripe I have with it. I just like, you know, I like when games give you time to breathe. Like, I'm part of the reason I really do like Undertale. One thing I like, I'll say for sure, I still like over Deltarune, like, I like this better in Undertale, is that there are lots of parts in the game where it's just you. Like, Waterfall really sticks out in my mind, because it is just, you know, Frisk / the player, you know, just walking through this area, like, learning about the world. And, like, obviously you have, you know, there's interactions with, like, Undyne and, like, the monsters you find, but, like, so much of it is just kind of, like, you walking through, like, sometimes literally just, like, a black screen. And it's, like, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels weirdly more, like, personal and intimate, I guess. And Deltarune is trying to be, you know, like, I feel like funnier in general. Like, I don't know, like, Undertale is just, like, lighthearted and funny a lot of the time, and then has its moments where it obviously gets more intense and gets darker. I think Deltarune will be the same, but I feel like Deltarune mostly has not had as many of those areas that really just let you kind of breathe, and just, like, it's just you and Chris and the world, which I think is why moments like, you know, Spamton and, like, the egg rooms stand out so much, because it just strips away all of the noise of all the other characters talking, you know, like the, you know, loud fun music. It's like, I don't know, I'm really interested to see, because I think there will be moments later in the game where it is like that, and, you know, you're actually going to get some more context than maybe, you know, something like the egg room. I'm just really looking forward to that. Yeah, no, it drives me insane when it's, like, them telling you what to do, especially. That is, that is definitely, super, super annoying. A character telling me how to do a puzzle would make me, like, quit a game. Like, actually, that would make me so mad. I know that was, like, a big thing with, God of War Ragnarok. I don't know why that's, like, all I saw about that game. Like, I saw, like, the Thor boss fight is really cool, and it's annoying that the characters tell you how to solve puzzles. That's, like, all I know about that game. Oh, God. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, Link talking would be so cringe, dude. That would be awful. It's been a really long time since I played Life is Strange. I don't remember being annoyed by Max talking. But I also played that game, like, with a friend, so maybe we were talking whenever Max was talking, I don't know. Oh god. It worked, but it didn't. I don't know. I mean, last stream I was talking about how I just don't even like, you know, I don't even like voice acting a lot of the time. So especially if it's the main character, like, talking. Like, this takes me out of the game, weirdly. Like, I do not want the main character to talk out loud. What are you doing? Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, I mean, if it's like... If it's in a cutscene, that's different. I don't know. I mean, it is a case-by-case thing. Like, there's not really one blanket statement you can make. I think certain types of games definitely, you know, allow for the protagonist being more of their own character, and others work better when you can insert yourself. And, you know, voice acting would just have to, you know, be designed appropriately, but I just tend to not really like it that much. Yeah, an entire Splatoon campaign where they just speak in Inkling and we don't get the English translation. Yeah, I really like Splatoon gibberish. Wait. Yeah, I don't even remember saying that, honestly, but sometimes you just have to question what's going on. He mumbles to himself like an insane person while you're mowing down zombies. Yeah, like, I mean, again, if it fits the artistic vision, I'm all for it. I just think sometimes it's a little overbearing. But that, yeah, that sounds like a situation where maybe it would make sense. I mean, Telltale games are a whole other... I think that's probably why it didn't bother me that much. I know Life is Strange isn't a Telltale game, but it's a similar kind of deal where it's very narrative-driven. I feel like there it's different because it does feel more like you're watching... Like, I mean, you're making decisions, so I guess it depends how much you're committing to, like, role-playing as the character, but, like, I don't know, at least for me, I never really felt like I was projecting onto Max all that much. Like, even when there's, like, relatable things, I don't know, I feel like that was different to me than something like, you know, a silent protag in, like, an RPG. Oh yeah, Static dude. I forgot for a while. I finally got the muscle memory to start doing it. Yeah, they added it like I mean, it's a while ago at this point, like a couple months maybe. It was before Grandfest. Wait, didn't you start The Walking Dead like 2 months ago? It might have not been that long, but I feel like it was a while. I don't know why I jumped in there. I shouldn't have done that. You haven't played 4 yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. When I hear Telltale game, a lot of people think of The Walking Dead. I think of Minecraft story mode. So, I don't know. I don't know what that tells you about my thoughts on those games, but there you go. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh boy. Okay, this is not happening. Everything leads back to Minecraft, yeah. I mean, a lot of things do at this point. That'll happen when you're the best-selling game in the world. Okay. This is certainly a situation we are dealing with. And we have a DC. Okay, well. I mean, Minecraft is good. I'm not complaining about it being the best-selling game in the world. If Minecraft Story Mode outsold Splatoon, that might raise some eyebrows, but I don't think it has. I'm not sure. I actually have no idea what the sales of that game are like. Considering they went bankrupt after Season 2, I can't imagine it did too well. Oh, it was Captain 3, wow. They had to go, they were called by Callie and Marie to go work for the Splatoon, I guess. I don't know, like, everything bad I can say about modern Minecraft, like, it still absolutely deserves its prestige. It is one of the best and most influential games ever, I think. I don't know what most influential, maybe that's not the right word to describe it, but it's, you know, it's one of the most important games in the industry, I think. There's nothing we can do here. Okay, that's fine. Dude, if I open Splatoon 4 like 7 years from now, it's probably not going to be that long, however many years from now, and they say on the news that the Great Zapfist was captured, I'm gonna be very mad. Yeah, I mean, Topaz, I don't know if you were here. I went on the whole rant earlier, but yeah, Minecraft for me, I just to sum up what I said earlier, I would personally either add, I would want them to add something, some massive new pillar to the game, as big as, like, you know, a new dimension, or not even like bigger than it, like, my argument was that, like, things like the Nether and the End encourage people to play the game, like, to the end, and to get, like, you know, better equipment, and to play it through like a normal game, whereas some people just stuck to playing it as a survival game that never ends, and then things like Redstone, you know, introduce this way to, like, in the creative mode, you know, just have people, like, tinkering with the game's mechanics. And I either want them to add something as substantial as a pillar to the game as something like, you know, defeating the Ender Dragon, or, you know, redstone, like a whole new system in the game, or just to not add anything at all. I just don't like them constantly adding all this meaningless stuff that just takes away from the simplicity of the game. So that was my stance with Minecraft, but yeah. I don't like the way they've been updating the game, but I also know that they're probably never going to do what I want, because I want them to not update the game. It would be funny though. It didn't even make sense in Splatoon 3. They didn't even use it in this game, dude. I don't know. I think we're done. We don't know what the saga means. We're gonna be talking about what they meant by the end of the saga for the next however many years until Splatoon 4 comes out. But I'm hoping if it means anything, it means we're done kidnapping the Zapfish. Because that really just doesn't do anything anymore. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh my god. I ran out of ink. Bowser's CPU teammate carried out the most monumental of throws. Ah. Yeah. You know, I think it's an impossible task trying to deal with what Microsoft wants and listening to their billions of fans. I don't blame Mojang. I don't like how they've handled the game for the last few years. It'd be funny if they did a fake out, Alex. They're like, wait, the Zapfish is missing. Then someone's like, oh no, wait, it's just flying around the tower. Like, that'd be funny. I feel like I should play Night in the Woods. I've heard, like, everyone who talks about that game, I feel like, says it's very good, and it seems like I would probably like it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even consider it from, like, the corporate angle that much. Like, I feel like it's more... I mean, I'm sure that is a factor, but I just don't know how you, like... You know, how do you satisfy billions of fans of a video game who all want different things for it? I just, like, there's no clear path for them to take. I blew up. Yeah. It's weird that it only, the Zapfish only flies in the square. Like, it never leaves the tower in the plaza, and it never leaves the tower in Splatoon 3. I think? I know for sure it doesn't in 1. I don't think it ever leaves in 3, though. Which seems... I mean, that one seems especially weird. I wouldn't even know, though. Like, I never see it. It was so much more present in Splatoon 1. I kind of don't like how, like, high up it is in 3. Bum, 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 bum. The implication seems to be that there is more than one Great Zapfish, because the one in Splatsville has, like, a hair on it, and the other ones don't. I think Inkopolis... Inkopolis might have 2, actually. I didn't know this until very recently, but apparently the sunken scroll where it says that it powers all of Inkopolis was... I'm not 100% sure on this, so don't quote me on this, but I think that was actually kind of a mistranslation, and it actually basically just said that the Great Zapfish powers Booyah Base. Like, it powers, like, the plaza, but not necessarily the whole city. So the ones in the plaza and the square might actually be 2 different Great Zapfish. Like, supposedly a great Zapfish is just a 100-year-old Zapfish. So, in theory, there could be, you know, as many great ones as there are normal ones. Oh my god, really? 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 He just ouch-moved us. Okay, that's sad. I see that jump, I see that jump, I see that jump, I see that jump, I see that jump. I could not get there in time. Okay. Come on. No, 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 no. Okay. We gotta go a little bit forward. That squid was moving, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got outplayed, fair enough. Oh, true. You can see the tower. Yeah, I guess it just flies. Like, if it was just Splatoon 1 and 2, I would assume the implication is that it just flies between the towers. But it's kind of weird in Splatoon 3 because you can just, you know, go to each of the plazas and it's always there. So I guess it just conveniently follows the player. Because it does seem like even in Splatoon 2, yeah, it wasn't present on the tower, so there probably is only one. It also would be a lot less of a, you know, threat. There's probably only one for Inkopolis, maybe. I don't know. It feels like the Octarians would be less of a threat if they only stole one Great Zapfish, and there were multiple. I kind of like it better being one per city, but I'm not sure. Yeah, sure, there's also the one in Piranha Pit. The player is the Inkopolis Zapfish. Yes, we're playing from the Great Zapfish's perspective and just watching the Inkling. Why were they just, like, standing there? That was weird. Whoa, okay. Why was the dynamo just standing? Was he throwing? That was really weird. I don't understand. They vertically flicked once, but then they were just like there. I don't know. That was strange. Maybe they just gave up because we were so close, but they did the first time too. So, I don't know. Yeah, Gooberling, I definitely think I need to finish this video. I've been making a video pretty much since the end of GrandFest talking about my thoughts on what Team Pass will actually impact, and I just have not finished it yet because it's confusing. I don't know. It ended up being more complicated, and I don't know how exactly to... I keep thinking I just have to write this final section of the video, but then I reread my script and keep changing a bunch of things, so I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I don't think we're going back in the past. I don't think there's time travel. But, you know, we will see. You didn't do the story mode of 3, but the plasma... Well, that makes sense. I mean, Grizz would have only stolen Splatsville's Great Zapfish, I guess. There was only one in the rocket. So Inkopolis should still have theirs. Dun, dun. Leader 3K, yeah. I think the main thing, I don't know, the community is very bad at actually understanding what the Splatfests are gonna do. Like, when we first got the trailer for Splatoon 3, people were like, dude, that's like Inkopolis Tower. We, like, blew up Inkopolis. And it's like, no, that's the Eiffel Tower, and Inkopolis is fine. That's not how that works. And now everyone's like, dude, we're like going back 100 years to the Great Turf War. It's like, no, we're not. We're not doing that. That's not how this works. That's not what the Splatfests do. We're still in real time. I think, like, time travel, I really don't want time travel. I think time travel is more likely, though, than the game taking place in the past by default. I don't want time travel. I really, really don't want time travel. But I also think, like, yeah, there's no reason to think that the game will take place in the past. People did. People completely unironically thought, and people are, I don't know. The Splatoon community kind of baffles me sometimes. People thought Agent 8 in the first Side Order trailer was, like, young Marina. And, like, I've like, way too many people said that. It was so weird. It was, like, so obviously Agent 8. It could not be anyone else but Agent 8, but everyone's like, dude, is that, like, Marina? It's, like, literally the wrong skin tone, literally the wrong hair. Like, what are you talking about? But, like, it was so weird. I don't know why so many people said it. But yeah, a lot of people, I think the tower thing was more believable. Like, it's more understandable. Like, okay, like, if you've played Splatoon 1, you should know that's not what the tower looks like, but it's more understandable that a giant pointy tower, you could confuse that. But I have no idea how people thought it was Marina. I have faith they won't do time travel. Yeah, I'll explain it in the video, but... yeah, the time... I guess I'll explain what I have, like, so far. It's like, the real-time element of Splatoon is not only really cool, and allows, like, the characters and world to develop over time, but also you have stuff like weapons, like... You know, it sounds weird and specific, but it would be inconsistent for them to go back on this, because, like, dualies and umbrellas were canonically invented between Splatoon 1 and 2, as Turf War went from, like, this, you know, grassroots pastime to a professional sport. Like, the world has expanded, and that's why all these weapons exist now. Not to mention, obviously, being able to, like, play as an Octoling from the start. There's, like, a story reason for that happening. So, the game can't go back in the past and have all the same content, because that wouldn't work, and obviously they're not just going to not put weapons in the game because it wouldn't work with the story. They would do the other way around. They would build the story around the gameplay. So there's basically no way we're going to, like, happen, you know, there's no way the story will start in the past. I think time travel, as much as I don't want it and think it would still suck for the story, is more reasonable, because that way they could preserve the real-time, you know, progression of Splatoon's world, while also then having a story that's, like, quote-unquote about the past. I honestly think there's way better ways and cooler ways to do it, which is what I hope they'll go for, but that's why I think it's a possibility. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the fact that, like, the passage of time in real life mirroring that of Splatoon is, like, such an essential element of the way the games are set up, with, like, Splatfest and the story modes and everything, that I can't imagine them getting rid of that. Yeah, I mean, it's also just, of course, way more interesting. I don't know, like, it's a back and forth for me, because, you know, Nintendo made Octo Expansion. They're obviously capable of making very interesting and nuanced stories. Nintendo also made Return of the Mammalians, so I'm trying to not get my hopes up too high. And that's pretty much where I am with it now, and why I don't want to rule out time travel entirely, because I know they might do it, and it might be disappointing, but I want to be more prepared this time for it potentially disappointing me. Oh yeah, Summer Nights will be the actual Final Fest, so we've actually been duped, and that's what's gonna matter, yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine the Zelda team's probably changed more drastically between those games than Splatoon's has. I know Splatoon 3 does have a pretty different, you know, group of developers, but, like, Seita Inoue is still the art director of Octo Expansion and Return of the Mammalians, which blows my mind. I don't understand how you can make both of those things, but that happened, so I don't know. Oh, see ya, Echo. Thanks for hanging out. Oh boy. Oh, he's protecting with the Kraken. Is that what people mean by Rainmaker Kraken cheese, or the other thing? Because that actually did feel a little cheesy. I didn't like that. It was a good play. Again, I will typically defend things like that as like it's a strategy, so they deserve to do that. But that felt a little. I didn't like that. Yeah, I mean, I know they have a high employee retention rate, but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know who's in charge of Zelda Stories, I guess. I'm not as familiar with the developer team, but I thought the gameplay developers, I think, were pretty new. Oh yeah, I am really excited to see what's, yeah, so, I guess for anyone who doesn't know, the Haikara Walker is like the Octo expansion art book that also gave us just a bunch of other Splatoon 2 stuff, and they are making a Bankara Walker, I think. You know, it's Splatsville in Japanese. They're making a new one for Splatoon 3 Inside Order, so we're probably going to get some lore drops and cool concept art. It is only in Japanese, unfortunately, but you know, we'll get those translations, I'm sure. Oh, okay, I guess I gave up. Wow. What's with people giving up when you get to like 10 or 20 with Rainmaker? It's still very possible to come back from that. I mean, I know Aonuma is still, he's the producer of Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, but like what's his name? Fubayashi? I don't know if he's been around for Skyward Sword and Wind Waker. Fujibayashi. Right, he was the director for the gameplay, I believe. So I'm not like blaming him for Tears of the Kingdom having a bad story, but well, maybe I am actually. I'm just saying that's a possibility, I guess. Hal Newman. Yeah, I mean, it really sucks. I think Nintendo stopped collaborating with Dark Horse for some reason, who published the localized versions of the art books. I mean, I don't know, like, I wish they cared, because I really want the English Splatoon 3 art book, but they just never made it, and I don't know, I wish they found a replacement. It's really weird. Yeah, I need to find the guy in Nintendo who made Mr. Grizza Bear. I just need to talk, man. I just need to talk. Oh, okay. What even was that? Oh, did we all just die to a torpedo? I mean, I doubt it, Alex. I hope so, but it's been so long. They haven't even done, like, I feel like they would have done an English of Haikara Walker at that point. Like, oh, you're saying, I mean, I don't know. They would have done something by now. They would have given us English Haikara Walker, they would have given us Splatoon 3 art book. Like, I don't think they would bundle all three of them, and it would be weird to just skip over this main Splatoon 3 one, so I just don't really see it happening unless they, you know, unless they do all of it, but I don't know. I'm not even coping for it. I just think it's a lost cause. Haikara Walker has a very good, you know, insanely high effort English fan translation and typesetting and everything. So, you know, I'd prefer it be official. I'd prefer I could have a physical English copy of it, but at least we have that one made by fans. The other two, you know, we are just currently not translated in full, so. Cracker Cheese was on my side that time, yes. Yeah, I don't know if it was censored. I think they bit off more than they could chew with Return of the Mammalians. Like, I don't know if it was necessarily... It was them wanting to make a big finale story while definitely not having the resources to do it. And I obviously don't like the direction it was taken for many, many reasons that I made a 40-minute video about. But... I don't know. It's hard to say with Side Order, because I feel like they were just less familiar with the gameplay structure. I don't know, it's weird. Like, it feels like Return of the Mammalians was too ambitious and Side Order wasn't ambitious enough. And I don't know why that is. But I don't know. It is what it is. I would love to just get a decent story next time that feels like it actually does things with its characters and has an interesting villain that makes sense and the lore isn't stupid. That's all I want. I will, you know, I'll defend Side Order. I like Side Order's story for what it is. It just, you know, admittedly, it isn't a whole lot. Yeah. That's the thing with Return of the Mammalians. Like, I don't know if I would prefer to get explanations for things or for them to just literally never acknowledge it again so we can just pretend it didn't happen. Like, because it's gonna be contrived no matter what if they try to explain it. So it's like, at this point, dude, just move on. I think I brought this up on the last stream. I really, or maybe it was actually on Discord, it wasn't on stream, but I really don't see them using Side Order as the base story mode, because roguelikes are just like an inherently like challenging genre. Like, the thing is, like, you know, I think Splatoon single players are much more than a tutorial, but the devs have specifically said, like, you know, we designed the story modes to be a thing where the players can learn the controls in a low-stakes environment before going online. Like, so they are, you know, part of their role in the game is to serve as a tutorial for how to play the game. And I think roguelikes are this inherently, you know, punishing genre that kind of need to be challenging to work. So it would be a bad tutorial, and if they make it too easy, it would be a bad roguelite. So I really don't think we have to worry about it being the base game story mode, and I just don't think it ever would be, because it doesn't make sense. But yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think with like the beta map designs, I don't know if it went through dev hell, but clearly there was some development, you know, struggles with COVID and it, you know, being so long from announcement to release. I don't know, man. The stories are what they are. Like, at this point, I do kind of still want to make that video that's like rewriting Splatoon 3 story, but I guess for me that's less of a like what could have been and more of just like a, you know, I was gonna say what I wish it was. I guess that's the same thing, but you know, whatever happened in Splatoon 3's development we can't change. So it's unfortunate that some things didn't live up to expectations, but I'm pretty much over it at this point. I don't think the story sucking can be justified by them just not having enough time to make it better. I don't think it needs to be Octarians. I mean, I want some kind of level structure back, I think. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm conflicted on where I even want them to take it. Story-wise, I definitely want something fully new. I don't think there needs to be, like, Octotroopers specifically. I just think it won't be a roguelite. I don't think it will be like Side Order. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really... I'm kind of over Side Order gameplay. Like, it was kind of fun, kind of fresh, but I don't want it to be roguelike, period. So, I don't think we have to worry about it being one, but I also, you know, part of it is cope, because I really, really don't want it to be one. Also, yeah, it's like, we're not gonna... It'd be really weird to just go into another, like, Memverse type space. First of all, because that'd be kind of contrived gameplay-wise. Like, how do you justify a roguelike twice within the same universe? I think that's pretty tough. If it was the Memverse again, that would be super lame. And really, no matter what it is, like, it would not be as interesting as getting to learn about a new setting that, like, we're actually in. Yeah. I mean, I made a whole video, like, forever ago predicting what it would be. I was just like... I thought it would be real mammals, but I didn't think they would just be like... Well, I thought there'd be more than one. And I thought it wouldn't just be a, you know, sentient to, like, walking, talking mammal. Because that's stupid. But... Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a cop-out. Well, no, it kind of is. I was gonna say I wouldn't call it a cop-out, then I remember that I have a Side Order video where I pretty much called it a cop-out, in the works right now. But, yeah, like, I definitely prefer a story that has more of an impact on the world. I think it was okay to do the Memverse the way they did it. Like, that's not really the issue I have with the story. But yeah, it would have been cooler. But I mean, it's pretty hard, like, I don't know how you... Like... In a sci-fi world, how do you canonize, you know, something like the Spire of Order? Because, I mean, you know, respawning is already canon in Splatoon, so I guess we could have just gone up a physical tower and died and respawned, but... You know, then why does the tower, you know, change? Why is it randomized every time? Like, how does that physically happen in something that isn't a digital space? Or a magical space, which Splatoon isn't magic. Oh, I've already been streaming for 3 hours. I didn't even notice. Wow. Okay, today was a real yap session. I completely lost track of time just saying random words. Well, I'll probably call it pretty soon then. I mean, I can go a little bit longer, I guess, if I still have energy. I didn't mind the Memverse being digital. I think the grayscaling... My major problem with grayscaling as a concept is that the characters randomly are just like, no. You know? Like, they literally get grayscaled, and then they just start dancing, and they get ungrayscaled. Like, I think that's really dumb. I think the moment where 8 wakes up should have been a lot more impactful and should have been explained better. Because it kind of undermines Order as a threat if people can just decide hard enough that they don't want to be grayscaled. Like, to me, that kind of makes the story... It doesn't make the whole story fall apart, but it definitely weakens Order a lot as a villain. Not just in like a power scaling way, but in like a writing way. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. I always feel like I'm repeating myself, so sorry if you've heard this already, but yeah, I think, like, I definitely think Side Order, the, like, true ending should not have happened on the first run. You should have, like, gotten some lore and some, like, character development from Marina talking to Order/Smollesk, like, leading up to that moment. So, because, yeah, it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, even once you have all the lore, like, that part, it just sucks because it was almost really cool. It was almost this cool, like, character moment where, like, 8, like, wakes up and is like, if it was just 8 overcoming the grayscaling, it would have been so cool, but the fact that Pearl and Marina and Oct also just randomly also undo it is like, huh? Like, what just happened? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I would like an endless mode. They only made 100 floors, so, like, you'd have to start repeating them eventually. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the only one who talks about it all the time. Obviously, you guys are here to hear me yap about Splatoon, I guess, but... I don't agree that Tartar and Order are similar. I actually think they're pretty different. I really need to make a video talking about Side Order's story. I have other things on my plate. But, yeah, I definitely want to get to that, because I know a lot of people, I just kind of threw it out there like, I think Side Order actually did things better than Return of the Mammalians in my Return of the Mammalians video, and then people who like Return of the Mammalians were like, Side Order sucks, Side Order was disappointing, which, like, yeah, I wouldn't say it sucks, but, you know, I think the disappointment is warranted, but I definitely want to explain my perspective better, because I think it is, I don't know if it's a hot take, but I think I like Side Order story more than a lot of people do. Yeah, I know you guys like the yapping, I just don't like, you know, I don't like feeling like I'm repeating myself. That's the only thing that I mean. Okay. I mean, I definitely feel like Tartar... Like, I don't want Tartar to be the villain again, but I will say it feels like there are some loose threads, right? Like, if there is there's a database for Marina to hack into in Kamaboko, right? So, like, if Kamaboko had a database, and Tartar is a sentient computer, like, why would he not be backed up to the database, right? Like, it doesn't make sense that Tartar would be dead. And, like, if the fact that they still acknowledged Kamaboko in Side Order, like, it'd be one thing if we just completely were done talking about Kamaboko, but Side Order was entirely about, you know, the events following Octo Expansion. So, I mean, maybe they know Octo Expansion is their best story, and that they can keep pulling from it. Obviously, I want stories to have their own identity. I do think Side Order relies a little too much on what Octo Expansion established, but, you know. Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, I think Order, you know... I wish they explained the Memverse a little bit more, because I think there's really cool nuances to the Memverse that, like, aren't really touched on by the story, but are just very vaguely implied, like, mostly in the developer interview and not even in the actual game. But the reason I think Order's actually kind of cool is because the Memverse is just, like, this space where memories manifest as things, right? So, like, which, like, I don't know why Marina is just able to make that, by the way. But, like, well, because with the soul stuff, like, you know, they're setting up in Splatoon that memories are these tangible things that can be extracted from a soul, they can be compressed into a memcake, they can be converted into data. Like, I like that that's, like, a consistent thing. Like, memories are a, like, physical thing. So, the Memverse is this space where memories, you know, manifest in different ways. So, like, Cypher is a manifestation of memories in the same way Order is. Like, that was kind of implied. They didn't really make the connection between Order, but, like, that's at least my understanding. That was implied in the interview. Is that, you know, just like the memory cubes, you know, show physical versions of the objects that the memories contain, you know, Cypher is a manifestation of memories, and Order is a manifestation of, like, you know, the fears about the future and desires for a stable world. So, like, to me, that's something very distinct from Commander Tartar. Because Tartar is, like, you know, is this program. To me, I guess the way I see it is like Tartar works off logic, where Order works off emotion, right? Because it's like, even though it like talks like a computer, its entire, you know, desire for a world of order, which you see more with Smallest, is this, it's like, it's fear, like it's afraid. And I think they could have leaned more into that in the story for sure. But that's kind of the thing with Order, like we end up just kind of shooting it with a big gun, but, you know, kind of coming to accept, or Smallest coming to accept the other characters and like the world that can change, is it like kind of overcoming, like it was born from this like fear of change. So I guess, I don't know, like there's, like definitely the story doesn't do all it could have with that idea, but like I guess that's why it's something distinct to me from Commander Tartar. And why, like, I like that it's different. Yeah, like it was the Octoling engineers who didn't want to leave the Octarian world. Like, I think that's really interesting. Yeah, but it's just not really about that. Like, I get what, like, you're going for, and, like, maybe that could have been a cool angle, Topaz, but I just think Tartar is defeated in Octo Expansion. I think everything that Tartar stood for, and everything that Agent 8, you know, was trying to achieve with their story, I just feel like that was concluded by Octo Expansion, and I don't really need that to be drawn out. I still think Agent 8 is fitting, you know. I wish we got a little bit more about Agent 8's perspective, because Agent 8 was Team Order, you know? Like, Agent 8 wanted their life to change, they wanted to come to the surface, but now that they're on the surface, it's the same deal as Marina, right? Where it's like they found this new life that they find peace in, and they want to keep that. So they're afraid of something, you know, happening to that. And that's why I think Marina's character arc is really cool, because, you know, she does go from, you know, in Splatoon 2, you know, even after the events of Octo Expansion, Marina is still afraid of change. Like, Marina, you know, has all these people in her life, like, you know, Pearl, even Cuttlefish she mentions in, like, the Final Fest dialogue, and Agent 8, and, like, she doesn't want to lose that, and it, like, it takes the events of Side Order for her to kind of overcome that fear and accept that, like, you know, those people are there with her to, you know, to help her through, like, the changing world. I don't know, I think it's nice. I think Marina has, like, the most, like, actually realized character arc of anyone in the game by far, and that's what I appreciate in Side Order, I guess. Like, I think a lot of people kind of don't really talk about how Marina actually gets this character arc. And admittedly, you know, a lot of it does happen off-screen between the games, which I don't like. But it does still happen. And it is still, you know, expressed through Side Order. So I like Order as the contrast to that, I guess. Yeah, I'll like, again, with Agent 8, like, part of me definitely wishes we got more about Agent 8 in Side Order, but it's Marina's story. I just really think it's Marina's story. I mean, we get, the whole lore is Marina's dev diary, right? Like, it's a story about Marina. It's not really about Agent 8. I think Agent 8 is still a fitting character to be there, and Agent 8 matters to Marina. Agent 8 matters, you know, as a, you know, ex-Octoling soldier, but I've kind of come to accept that it's just not about 8. So I don't know. Yeah, I hope they do. I really want Octavio to actually stay in the series as this kind of just like anti-hero. I think that'd be kind of fun. He showed up for, you know, Grand Festival. He obviously helps us fight Grizz. So, like, I want Octavio to stick around, just, like, not as a villain, but just as, like, a guy. I think it'd be fun if he's still just, like, important. And, yeah, I mean, I would love to see, you know, any Octoling interact with him. Like, Marina interacting with him, 8 interacting with him would be really interesting. I don't know how you put that in a Splatoon story. But, yeah, it would be cool. Old Maniac. Well, that's, like, yeah, I kind of wish they did more with it. I wish they did more with him in Splatoon 3, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't know if they care. I know there was lots of funny fan art of that. I don't know if you guys saw that, but like lots of people made art of like Octolings just like awkwardly like seeing Octavio during Grand Fest and just like him just giving them like a side eye. But yeah, I mean I do wish there was more of an explanation there, but it's also kind of funny. And well, okay, that's a guy. That is a guy. Well, Agent 8 canonically looked up to Marina. I mean, that we know that from the personality chart and the mem cake. Your former dictator selling fans and hats at a music festival. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Octavio is an underrated character in general. I don't know. I feel like maybe just because I like Splatoon 1 a lot, but I think Octavio is a good villain too. For very different reasons than Commander Tartar, but I like him a lot as a character. Yeah, no, well, I mean, I prefer Octo Canyon. My hot take is that Octo Canyon even has better gameplay than Splatoon 3, which I think I might, apparently I'm the only guy in the world who thinks that. But, easily I think the story is better, yes. I have said, yeah, like similar things before, but personally for me, a story that is less ambitious, but like, you know, more consistent in its voice and like, you know, it makes sense. Like, Octo Canyon's story doesn't do a whole lot, but what it does is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, and I like the Squid Sisters, I like Octavio. I like it. And, you know, Return of the Mammalians tries to do a whole lot of things, and I think fails at most of them. So just because it tries to do more, I don't think that's automatically better. Yeah. No, I think people get at this point that Octavio is not evil, but like, I just think he has more potential. Not even as a villain, just as like I would love for him to just be like a side character. Like, I would love for him to be almost like a, like Iso Padre type like NPC who's just like chilling in the next game, and we can talk to him. I wish he was that in Return of the Mammalians. I think like the mech should have crashed in like where the Squid Sisters camp is, and should have not just randomly vanished for no reason, and Octavio should have just been there, because we're not fighting Octavio, right? Like, we're literally not fighting Octavio after the crater. We know he's not the person who stole the Zapfish, so why not just let him be there? Why not just let us talk to him? There's no reason he had to disappear the whole game. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, like, I feel like we need a break from the world-ending catastrophes. I mean, what I really want, I don't have this fully thought out yet, but maybe this will help me write my video. Like, I just want to focus on the Inklings. I think the Inklings need to, like, better themselves. And I want that to be addressed. Because we've set this up, you know, like, okay, the humans were basically killed by their own hubris. Like, they didn't, you know, they didn't fix climate change in time. They didn't, you know, stop killing each other. Like, war and global warming literally led to all the humans dying out because they could not, you know, come together and consider all the problems with society. And the Inklings are shown to be doing the exact same thing. So, personally, I would like the story to, you know, maybe be about that. Like, maybe the Inklings, I know they're, like, canonically kind of, like, stupid, and that's, like, kind of a thing they're rolling with, and, like, there are good reasons for that. Like, I think the Inklings tackling these world-ending problems with just this kind of childlike joy and kindness is kind of interesting in its own way. But of course, they have also, you know, like, waged war on one another. Like, they've also done lots of bad things. The Samanids, the way they treat the Samanids is, like, very bad. They're, like, driving them to extinction when they're a sentient species. Like, that's kind of very bad. So I think, like, you know, just acknowledging some of the problems with Inkling society, like, I don't even know if there is a villain in a story like that. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe flooding just becomes a real threat again, like it did before the Great Turf War. Like, maybe there's just, like, environmental factors, or maybe it is, like, a rich CEO Inkling. Like, I think, you know, I would love that. I don't know if they would be willing to go that far, but, like, I would love to fight, like, you know, Tony Kensa or something. Like, I think that would be awesome. Just some, like, Inkling, you know, like, some powerful Inkling within their own world, rather than it always being this, like, species versus species type of thing. Or, I mean, you know, Santization was different, but I think that would be really interesting and could have, you know, I know asking for, like, a really nuanced, like, societal commentary is maybe asking a bit too much of Splatoon, but I you know, there's ways they do that just are less blatant and, you know, explicit. Obviously, I think, you know, Commander Tardar certainly has some of that in there. But yeah, that's kind of what I would like to see. And then, I mean, so in the video, I'm going to be talking a lot about how, like, I want past, the theme of past, I think interpreting that as the connection between the Inklings and the humans, or just the Inklings and their ancestors, really delving into kind of their own culture more. That's what I want to see. Because there's some interesting stuff with, like, the origin of Splatfest and the Inklings kind of, like, revering the sea as this, like, you know, I don't want to spoil the whole video, but that kind of stuff is really interesting to me. I want to learn more about the Inklings, basically, and the Octolings, obviously, too, but, you know, I mean, well, okay, this is a whole other angle, because the Inklings have kind of just, like, assimilated, the Octolings have assimilated into Inkling society, and they have brought some of their own culture, but it has largely just been a case of them kind of, like, doing what Inklings do. I feel like that's also, you know, in its own way kind of problematic, because, like, you don't want to, like, just erase Octoling culture, or in Octarian culture, so, like, you know, finding a way to kind of make that more inclusive. Again, I don't know how you do that in a Splatoon story without it being, like, you know, a little too heavy, but I just, that's what I want to see, that kind of stuff, I guess, if that makes sense. It basically appears on screen says eugenics around. That, I mean, yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, I mean, they can do it. Like, I don't think they're incapable. It's more a matter of me wanting to keep my expectations low. Than anything else, I guess. Yeah, like, yeah, I honestly, you do have the, you know, the weird stuff with Octolings, where it is kind of, like, mirroring, like, racial stuff, which is a little awkward if they handle that poorly, potentially worse than awkward, so, you know, it's just, I don't know how much they can go into that. Yeah, I mean, again, like, if they're willing to do that, and they do it well, that would be cool. Like, I don't know. It's just hard to know how far they're ever gonna go with it. Okay, I've been streaming for, like, almost 3.5 hours, a little bit over my usual. That was fun. Good yap session. I really just... I feel like I barely... Normally it's, like, a little bit of, like, commentary about the game and a little bit of yapping. This was just, like, entirely, like, a rant. But, I mean... You know, that's fun. I don't think my rank did very well because of it. I don't even, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm just hoping it's decent. I'm hoping it's a decent evolution of the world and characters, and then, you know, I'll talk about what I want it to be. But at this point, I'm really setting the bar pretty low. I just want, like, an okay Splatoon story that, like, because even, like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've, like, been, like, fully satisfied. I mean, it's literally been since Octo Expansion, obviously, but, like, even Splatoon 2, as much as I, like, think Splatoon 2 story is fine, like, you know, seeing that it's just Octavio again, and that Callie was just brainwashed, and that it's just Calamari Incantation again. Like, I remember being a little disappointed about that. And of course I was disappointed about Splatoon 3, and Side Order was better than Splatoon 3, but still a little disappointed. Like, I just need a story that I am, like, content with. I just need it to be okay, man. Side Order was, but it's just, like, it's so hard to not think Order was missed potential, especially just the way it ends, but I don't know. But yeah, I just hope it's okay. Oh, thank you, Gooberling. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed. But yeah, I'm pretty much out of things to say. If anyone is new here, we do have a Discord server if you would like to hang out with the people here and continue talking about Splatoon and other things. But that will be it for me, so thank you very much for watching. This has been Cosmic. Farewell.